welcome to Mosaic Team 5. My name is Joe Treff, and I am your Game Master tonight and most other nights. I'm joined with my friends Matt, Dan, excuse me, Carson, Olive, and Ari. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you. It has been a really long week. I have spent almost every single night in the emergency room, helping people out. It has been a really long week, so apologies if I seem a little bit out of it. I'm very tired. Thank you guys all for coming. I really appreciate that.
We appreciate you running it.
Yeah.
So a couple of announcements before we get started, assuming that I don't die. First of all, oh boy. On Friday, we had session 103 of Adventures in Oberon, entitled The Oak, the Eyes, and the Salt. It was a really good one. Highly recommend you watch it if you don't. You can check it out on our Twitch. You can also check it out on YouTube, I believe 2 days after it airs. There's also new art up on a lot of our different social medias. If you don't follow us, you can follow us on Instagram at OberonRPG. This is art from Alana, who plays Eleanor in Adventures in Oberon. It is really fantastic. We have Oakfell that was done. I believe Brianna is coming next. Additionally, Sophie Bischoff, who has done a tremendous amount of great art for us, is doing Peep, as well as all of the wanted posters for this campaign. So that is all cool stuff to look forward to. Bits. On Twitch, bits are a great thing that you can use to support your favorite streams. You could use it to support us and also get some help for Mosaic Team 5.
We need it.
I'm not going to read all of them out now, but I know last week, and I'll get to this in the recap, DOS, you were able to donate a little bit to get a special weapon shipped in, and it really changed the tide of the war. So we'll mention that as well. When you do donate things that do affect the game, we will make sure that it is mentioned in an appropriate way. You'll see what I'm talking about once we get to the recap. But anyways, donating bits definitely helps. You can do things that range from sending extra fuel or ammunition all the way up to sending food in real life to the party. So definitely take a look. That is all in the About section on Twitch.
Definitely send us food.
Yeah, definitely. Food is great. Speaking of food, thank you so much to John for making the sandwiches.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah, so all of us come here like right after work. Food is amazing. So thank you, John, so much for that. I just had a peanut butter and jelly. It's really great, and I feel
I got
energized.
the PB only. It was also great.
I feel energized already. So thank you so much for that. That's Nort Nugget, I believe, right? On
Nort
Twitch.
Nugget.
Thank you so much, Nort Nugget.
Nort Nugget.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of announcements, so apologies. So Alana, who does some art for us as well, a player on Adventures in Oberon. She plays Eleanor, the swashbuckler human. She does a lot of art. You can check her out at Psych Artist on most major social media platforms. She commissions art. It is amazing. She can really bring your imagination to life in a way that is much cooler than I can describe it. So check out some of the work that she's done.
You do a good job. Don't
sell
sell yourself
Streets,
short.
that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
but don't sell yourself short.
Anyways, neither here nor there. That is something that you should definitely check out. Psych Artist on all of our different on all of their different social medias. And then there was a major website update over the last week. Actually, last night is the primary thing. Bounties were posted up underneath the Mosaic Team 5 webpage. The character art for both sections were updated. And then the biggest change is to the Dungeoneer's Guide to Dominion. There is now over 120 pages. There is more lore that has been added for several of the races, fleshing out additional details that you can use to play these characters in games set in Dominion. For the Somber Cape region, an ecology section was implemented to discuss the environment, animals, the various happenings to let you paint a prettier picture with your words. Additionally, each sub-region saw an additional sidebar added, either plot hooks such as reasons that adventurers might be drawn to the Agorod Spire, possibly unique NPCs like a Grung merchant complete with sample Grung-themed merchandise, or details added to Slate Aglow, which is kind of like a little town on the end of the Somber Cape. A lot more information added to make it a playable town, as well as some of the unique metals that can be mined only there, such as Howl Steel. That was all added. And then for the region known as the Idlewild, the Idlewild. Oh my god, I wrote this whole world.
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss. I know, it's so much going on with those kind of words. The Idlewild is a beautiful region kind of set up into a box canyon, technically. It is full of flowers that change depending on the month over the warmer months in Oberon, so that has all been added, as well as the different flowers that come up for all those different things. Definitely thinking about Oakfeld a lot. There is different flowers and there's symbology throughout Dominion added in as a sidebar. A number of really cool things. Additionally, Dust Tree fleshed out to leave it a little bit less vague as to what the mystery of Dust Tree truly is. Paints a little bit of a picture as to what werewolves do in Dominion. And then finally, Chapter 4 is going to begin after ecology sections have been added for the rest of the guide. Chapter 4 is going to have stat blocks for a whole bunch of monsters only seen in Dominion, from the assembled souls that you guys fought way in the beginning of our Adventures in Albrond campaign, to the rage-inducing heart elemental featured in one of our one-shots. And then finally, not finally, but April 29th, there is going to be no Adventures in Albrond as I have a class that I need to train at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. So we are taking that night off. Yeah, it's going to be rough. People are going to be dropping
It's like
me.
More work, less fun.
Yes.
Awful.
Yes, it's really not fun. Either way, though, that is going to be no session on April 29th. And then finally, for all of our music and sound effects not made by us, we are using Sirenscape. It is where you can hear all of the kind of weird techno music, digital lasers, Peep's little comm noise, all those different things provided by Sirenscape. In addition, our unique theme song was composed for us by Wes over at Arcane Anthems. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You hear that playing during our break, and you'll hear it right around, 6, 7, 8-ish when we take our break again, or 7:30. But with that aside, Sirenscape, great digital tool set you can use to add sound to your games. And with that, I can jump into our recap. So give me 1 second. And you know what? I feel like the techno dance music is just fine for this. So just turn it down a wee bit.
Thank you.
This is the music playing in the background as we come back into our game. But give me a moment. Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, you all investigated the Harbinger Robotics Factory. Finding a scene of carnage. Many of the workers killed, slaughtered, maimed, dismembered. Across your investigation, with all of you finding different ways of transversing this place. Gibbs, you riding atop the large Roomba-like Siri device called Alexa. But one by one, you managed to piece together elements of evidence. You found videos in the security room, Vess and Shade, I believe. I think Bubbs went as well. No, Bubbs stayed behind. Yeah. But the two of you went to the security room and looking through the footage, put together a little bit of a narrative as to what was happening. You saw robots rise, strike out against those who work there, and then pack off into a delivery truck and head towards Carfay. You also found in this prototype lab a gravity gun, a prototype by Harbinger with some kind of an application that you were unable to discern. You found designs for a rail cannon, not present. You also found the terminal of Elise Fukumoto, the lead designer for Harbinger, working in this prototype laboratory. Her terminal had elements of, email, private notes, some research notes indicating that elements of the robotics division were working towards creating a complex machine capable of learning. It looked as if some safety precautions were removed prior to the events that took place. At this time, Peep called all of you and showed you a newscast showing robots similar to the ones missing, now on a rampage through a laser tag arena. You took Siri, the synthetic interactive robotic interface, and a miniature version of Siri for you, Gibbs, and left, taking off and flying as quick as you could towards Carfay, one of the cities here on this planet. You landed on the roof of a laser tag arena and decided the best course of action was to drop through the skylight. Gibbs, you attempted to carefully scrape elements of paint away to get a little bit of a reconnaissance, but unfortunately you smashed the glass in. Shade, you responded quickly, cascading down into the space with lasers flashing across the arena, strobe lights, black light, the works. Little kids running here and there, shouts of enjoyment, seeming to be unaware that a hostage situation was taking place. This laser tag fight ensued, turning from joyous to deadly as the robots emerged, firing lasers off mirrors meant for fun, but able to bank lasers around corners, obstacles, creating confusing sightlines. The children were freed, with elements of success from all of you, others finding some trouble directing the children into direct danger at one point. But all of the younger children freed, with the exception of the one that, Bubbs, you had to grab. You hauled them off towards the entrance. Spice and Shade were both downed or almost downed at different points of this combat. The fighting intense, and Spice, you toppling 40 feet from the skylight, breaking the rope. That took
Tough start.
that was a real rough start.
Into hit points right off the bat.
Yeah. As things looked grim, as this massive ore bot entered, towering 20 feet over the plywood walls, meant to really serve as a backdrop to this laser tag arena in what is a refitted warehouse, a emergency strike was delivered by Mosaic, donated by Das Dynamisch, which is a human company specializing in counter-electronics.
Ah, there it is.
This EMP device was set off, allowing you to destroy or at least incapacitate the ore bot. At the same time, Bubbs, finally, after several tries, you managed to break the front door down. As this door broke, you emerged to cameras flashing. Police officers, press, all kind of emerging forward to comfort the children, help reunite families, and suddenly all of you find yourselves surrounded by cameras and microphones. Give me just 1 second to haul up some more appropriate music here.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
you
One
got
of the
that?
things that I realized is when I master this stuff, it's on a much quieter setup than you guys have.
Yeah.
So we turn the concerned people down. We're about to be loud for a second. All right.
Oh my god!
Ugh.
It's still pretty loud. I mean, it was going...
One of the other problems is it's louder for you guys than it is for me.
Yeah.
But do a little.
Calm down, everyone. We'll answer your question.
Excuse me. Let me get that out of the way first. Oh, all right. So, as these lights snap and you can see people all around you, the sun beginning to kind of set in the background, but still a blue sky above. A long microphone extends in front of your group, an arm outstretched leading to a tall human man with tan skin, red hair, and green eyes. He wears a gray kind of vest over a light blue collared shirt and matching gray pants. Now, as a reminder, Bubbs, you are standing the furthest out. You've kind of just let go of Mateo. He's run back to his mom. The rest of you still kind of staggered out behind. The sprinkler still going off, and that actually reminds me, in the background,
there, right?
yeah, and in the background, very much, you can still hear this techno dance music kind of fading in the distance.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a chaotic scene. Anyways, this man wearing his gray pants, gray vest, he holds this out, kind of swinging it back and forth from all of you. Otis Cunningham, Carfay 8 News. Who are the assaulters in this laser tag siege? Just kind of back and forth.
No
The
comment.
assaulters. Robots rampaging.
Gibbs, you kind of grab the microphone. He starts back for a second and grouch into the microphone. Robots.
I'm probably gonna like gently but firmly kind of guide Gibbs away from the microphone.
Sure. You take
And
Gibbs by the outside of
like,
the shoulders.
We're still under contract. We shouldn't, NDA.
Suddenly, 4 microphones are extended out. You can see at the end of each one of them these red cuffed gray sleeves that lead back to jacketed arms to a pale Kasatha, similar to the one that you interacted with in the very first tavern. Very first bar you guys were all in.
Tequila Tango.
There you go. Their lower face is bound in a bandana that says press on it. Arshar Omai, Galactic Press. Is there any truth to the rumor that this is another in a string of bioterrorism attacks on civilian centers by the Jade Brigade? You can see the microphones, all 4 of them kind of extended out for you guys.
Spice. She's like hanging on to maybe Shade's shoulder because she's
Soaking wet,
still like
bleeding.
not good. And then she's just like, the heroism of Mosaic Team 5 today. And then she just kind of goes off about how much the heroism of our team instead of releasing any information other than that.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check, or what would be
Okay.
called diplomacy in Starfinder.
Great. That is what I'm good at.
Which one?
23.
23.
Yep.
You could see he nods his head, and slowly, one by one, the microphones pull away from other people until 4 of them now all pointed at you from this guy. He nods
She,
and
like,
as
has her hand on her hip, but, like, still on Shade's
Just like-
shoulder, like, got this.
yeah, and just like cameras like flash. Everybody's taking pictures. You see video cameras now kind of pulling up. Small floating lights casting little spotlights to illuminate you better. Another woman steps up this time, holding a microphone out, initially towards you, Shade, but kind of waiting for whoever will answer. Lisa Jimenez, Windchasm Tribune, how did you manage to minimize risk to the children inside when the shooting began? Wasn't it reckless crashing through the skylight knowing innocent children were inside?
Well, given our understanding of the situation, we chose that the element of surprise was vital to our success, and so going through the skylight allowed us an edge on our assaulters that we otherwise would not have had. And unfortunately, there was one fatality that was unavoidable.
But all the children were saved.
All of the children are safe, so it's just a teenager. No one cares.
As soon as you say that, not that part, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The first person just butts in. Otis Cunningham again. Do you feel responsible at all for the death of the Battlezone employee?
Yes.
Well, anything that
The
happened.
microphone
Heroes.
swings over to Gibbs. Can you elaborate that on that, please? Are you taking legal responsibility for the death of the civilian?
We
You know,
are
it's like
more and more
heroes.
microphones. For
Gently,
all of
like
you, there's like 7 microphones.
Big
all
nose
around.
just swings
gonna
up to
kinda-
Shade like, I should have said
Um,
anything.
out of respect for the families during this tragic time, we would like to clear the area and follow up with some questions for those involved. This is still an ongoing investigation, so with all due respect, we will no longer be taking questions
Make
for
a
the moment.
diplomacy check.
Please don't have a negative.
That's a big hope. It's not a negative.
Perfect.
It's a 0.
He's an android,
Great.
not a
Oh, but that's 9.
9.
That's okay. Good, it's a 9.
It looked
Not an
better
advantage.
than when I
At
actually
first,
read it.
It looks as if the press are kind of listening, and as soon as you say no further questions, there's this rush of shouts. The last bits of your sentence are drowned out. You can see Lisa again kind of puts a microphone out. With your success here, how do you expect your reliability rating to rank up next to the other Mosaic teams, specifically Mosaic Team 1?
That is not one of our primary concerns at the moment.
Spice takes the microphone out of Shade's hand, is like, oh, we're coming for them. Watch out for Mosaic Team 5. We're going to the top.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
She nods a little bit.
I'm gonna turn to Vesk and just be like, I'm kind of nervous with all these cameras. I'm kind of a camera shy. I don't really like this.
As soon as Bubbs starts talking, a few microphones swing over, and you can hear the voice amplified a little bit louder than you intended. At this point, you can see the Kasatha, all 4 arms swing over to you. Mosaic Team 5, what is your next target?
Oh, target.
No comment.
Eat meats. We'd like an eat meats sponsorship, please. It's the only
As-
ration we eat, and
You
we
see
like
at this point,
eats meats.
the sheriff, like having watched this, who looked visibly tense as you guys answered, kind of like always about to step in, but then backing off. Especially when Shade talks, like kind of like, okay, things are okay. He rushes in, kind of throws an arm around Spice and says, I want to take this great opportunity to thank Mosaic Team 5 for helping us out with this tense situation. It is my greatest honor to present the group with the Carfay Medal of the Dawn Flowers Valor, the highest civic award the city can give. He kind of holds out this little medal, and you can see in his pocket there's a few other, but it is like a pale blue and white silk ribbon, and then on the end the silver kind of what looks almost like a sunflower. Now, our heroes are tired and they need to rest. There'll be time later. Come on, folks. And he kind of ushes you all over.
She
Do you
lands
follow?
behind her at the paparazzi.
Okay.
As
And
she
then as soon
follows
as
the
you leave,
sheriff.
yeah, just snap,
I
snap,
want
snap,
to.
snap, snap.
What's Elise Fukumoto doing? That's like my
Elise
primary
Fukumoto, as
concern
you
right
turn
now.
over, you can see 2 of the 3 police officers, not counting the sheriff, over taking statements from her, from her kid. There's a bunch of other children that have been reunited with their families.
Okay.
It seems as if statements are being taken.
Because I have questions for her regarding everything that happened.
That's great. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go to her.
The sheriff is going to lean over, kind of spotting you out, and he's going to go, like, kind of putting a hand up to block his face
Yeah.
from being picked up on the cameras. He just goes, Shade, I think your company contacted me. I'm supposed to get you guys out of here. You're kind of making asses of yourselves.
Gibson in the background is just like doing different poses.
Is,
this-
Yeah,
Bubbs.
like
is he
with-
talking about
yes.
Mosaic, or
Yes,
is he
he's
talking
talking about Mosaic.
okay.
And you can see, almost as he says this bus, black, kind of turns around the corner, pulling up. You see it's a Carface City bus, but empty. The door opens. He kind of leans towards all of you guys. I don't know the details about this now. Thank you all again. But Mosaic wants to get you guys off the street, give you a little time to relax, and I think there's some more details coming. Some guy named Peep's supposed to call all of you in just a little bit. But if you can get on the bus and just get out of here, that would be great. You have questions that you need answered, and I understand. He kind of comes forwards, pulls out like this little metal card, and hands it to you. It has his contact information on it.
Okay.
Call me. If I'm not there, one of the deputies will answer, and we'll make sure that you get taken care of. You're under contract, right?
Yes,
So a harbinger's probably going to want to talk to him first. But
that is correct.
I'll make sure that you guys get in touch some way.
Processing all of this, and then I'm gonna go to the car.
Okay.
Before she steps on the bus, she takes the little metal ribbon and like poses for the paparazzi in front of like the whole team.
Okay, sure. Cameras go off everywhere. You hear again like a surge of questions. You can see one of the police officers talking to Mateo. Has to like turn around and like help control this crowd. But you guys all get onto the bus. No
I'm like
problem.
shooting my face as I'm going in.
Yeah,
Trying to hide
absolutely.
behind everyone, but my head is just sticking out. From
Gibbs has
behind
no reason to
Bubbs.
hide, so she'll take that, like, make her
Yes.
small form as big as possible.
There you go.
Little
Yeah,
cargo
Shade
vest.
does not give a shit. He's just like, it's whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do.
No problem.
Bubbs appears to be nervous.
You all make your way into this bus, and whoops. I don't know why, but the concerned people get more concerned when I do that.
Because we're no longer
Wait, don't
there.
let us go.
Yeah, exactly. They got more upset, but then the door shuts.
Don't leave me.
And there's a little bit more quiet behind. You guys all climb into a very comfortable bus. Black, almost kind of like, definitely pleather, but has the appearance and feel of real leather seats. This is like a luxury bus that the city uses probably to move like dignitaries, visiting parties, things like that around.
Whoa, this is nice.
You see there is a shiny metallic drone kind of piloting this thing. Driverless is this bus. Give me just one moment so that I can pull up our little soundboard. Right at this moment, you guys would hear beep, little call.
Sure,
What's
sure.
up, Pete?
You pick up your comms, and you can see on each of yours, or whoever chooses to answer, the same little holograph kind of flicker to life. You see Pete beaming out for the very first time at your group. Yeah, you can see this happy Yosoki,
Are
snow
you proud
white
of us,
mount,
Daddy?
this red and this garish red and yellow kind of Hawaiian shirt over the white furred Yosoki form. But he speaks up, guys. I just saw the newscast. You guys, you actually did it.
Yeah, we did, Peep. You didn't think we could do it?
Oh my God.
We tried our best.
By the universe. Okay, we're all gonna get to keep our jobs. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay. Breathe, Peep. Use those lungs. Whew. Okay. Look, the company's so pleased with everything that you guys have done. Dead teenager aside, of course, they're putting you up for the night in a local hotel in the Inkbridge district of Carfay. This was pretty big. We have a lot of things to do, and you guys aren't going to get too much time off, but you've earned at least a night. One teensy tiny thing before you guys start relaxing, and I don't want you to worry, it's not a mission, but TJ of the Bounty Board Infosphere show, I'm sure you've heard of TJ, he wants to interview you guys for April's Rookie Review. This is going to be huge. Could bring in some external sponsorship, although, man, I gotta say, those guys over at DOS know how to build counter electronics, huh? Anyways, get to the hotel. You've got about an hour, give or take, before you need to be on camera. I'll have them call Spice, so make sure that you're answering, maybe group up around
Got
her.
it, Peep.
And look presentable. please dress up. Enjoy your night off, but be ready to leave tomorrow. I have a tip I'm working on. Some logistics need to be sorted away. Gibbs, you're from Petrus 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the mission might be kind of centered around there. I'm still working some things out. Just be ready to go, and you'll kind of serve as point on this one.
Guys, we're going home.
Do you guys have any questions?
What about our contract that is currently outstanding
With Harbinger
with
Robotics.
Harbinger? Yes.
With Harbinger Robotics, I believe that it has been satisfied. I'm going to contact them next and process payment. I believe we should be looking at something like 35,000 credits, which kind of a drop in the bucket, truthfully, if we're talking about the overall debt. But it's a pretty big drop, right?
Let me celebrate.
Beep. I have just one question. I'm just worried because I care about kids. Is Mateo gonna be okay?
You kind of squints and goes, was that one of the kids from the laser tag arena?
Yeah, it was Elise's son.
Elise Fukumoto's son, Mateo.
If this is like an NDA thing, I probably don't really need to know about it. It seems as if you guys have kind of finished your again, I don't know much about this contract. I'm a little bit out of the loop here. And I appreciate, all of your trust, but the NDA is a pretty big deal. We want to make sure that we're respecting that. We need to maintain that reputation. You guys are just getting off of destroying or being mildly complicit in a pretty large terrorist event. So let's keep the good press rolling. If you guys do need anything, of course, reach out.
Thank you, John.
I am tempted to release some funds if you guys need any food. The company has made sure that you will have access to all of the room services and amenities that the hotel has to offer. There's a few things to do in the Inkbridge district. I would just ask, don't travel too far outside, okay? You guys do need to get some rest. I am thinking that we're probably going to be leaving pretty early tomorrow. Anything else, guys? You guys really did a great job. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you,
A
Pete.
round of champagne for everybody.
Okay, but if you're in the hotel, that's great. But maybe, and I know that there's a bar there outside of the hotel. Just remember, we're still working at a deficit here.
Of
What
course,
about
Pete.
retrieving our ship? It is currently on top of the warehouse of the laser tag.
Well,
establishment.
after the show, I would go and retrieve it then, if you wouldn't mind. But we do need to make sure you're getting on camera with TJ.
Do we need to dress up for TJ?
Yes, that's the dressing
Gotcha.
part. Yeah.
Yeah. So for TJ,
this.
do you guys not know TJ's rookie review?
No,
TJ's
tell
rookie
us.
He does
review
the
is
he
one
does
of
the
premiere.
hollow thing, like the hollow sphere.
I can't believe Gibson.
He's on the
I've
TV.
heard of him.
I've seen him on the scraps of paper on the TV guides that I
Guys,
get in the
if
garbage
you're going
can.
to be successful bounty hunters, and we should talk about that after, but if you guys are going to be successful bounty hunters, TJ, his show on the Infosphere is the thing to watch. The reliability rankings that everybody talks about, he makes those. So right now, having a good interview with him, that's major exposure. Millions of people will see that. This is going to get us a lot of jobs. Please look presentable. Gibbs, please look presentable.
Peeps, you were there when I bought the very nice outfit. I will wear it for the first time ever. Second time, I wore it to our interview. Ding.
He has like a really pained smile.
You got it, Peep.
Please, guys, please, don't mess this up. I'm proud of you. Peep out. And it just blinks out.
I immediately text Peep. Please release 600 credits to Chip and Crumb at the mall for things owed.
Okay.
Send.
No
Next
problem.
text. Please release 200 credits petty cash to Gibbs.
A message comes up on your comms. All it is just a little thumbs up emote. And then you kind of check your comms again and you can see your balance. You kind of swim up to a small green. 200 credits.
I've never had so much money before, ever.
The bus drives on. Is there anything that you all wish to do before you arrive at your destination?
Yeah, Spice is like taking pictures with this medal and like licking it and like
Gross.
posting it on social media
Oh,
and like
of course.
sending it to like Lydell and all of her friends being like, look at what we just did.
Okay.
Do we have a hashtag? Like, hashtag
Mosaic Team 5.
Is that it?
I don't know.
How do you spell mosaic? There's too many
An A.
vowels.
MOSAIC.
I have spelled it with an E enough times to know that's an A. Or is it an E?
It is
It's an A.
MOSAIC.
Is this Oliver Spice? I can't tell.
Both.
Both.
Right.
Definitely both.
Well, are we really tied to the name? Can't we come up with something with some spice to it? Some flair?
Yes, hashtag spice.
Last time we had this conversation, it didn't go well. I'm not really willing to have it again.
I
Hashtag
find
spice
all
it
of
is.
this inconsequential. I do not care.
Of course you don't.
Hey,
Fantastic. The bus
Bubbs,
pulls
how you
up.
feeling?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of quiet. I don't know if that was the wisest decision, being in front of all those cameras with my face exposed like that.
It's fine, Adam. Relax.
No one's gonna recognize you with your mullet, right? Like that's
Yeah.
new and different.
It's like wet and like
Yeah.
kind of leaning over to one side. But yeah.
You look different.
Yeah. I mean, I still have my, And I, touch my face around my birthmark. That's, the Zuko from last Avatar Airbender, red birthmark.
Right.
If you are so concerned with people identifying you, why not undergo reconstructive surgery?
Oh, I don't... Well, isn't that for, famous people and rich people? And I don't...
Or people
You're
who
famous
want to
now,
hide their
Bubbs.
identity?
I don't want to be famous.
Well, the point of reconstructive surgery would to make yourself more incognito.
I think you're addressing the wrong problem, though. Is there not a way to clear your name, or?
Bubbs, your comm goes off.
I'm going to check my comm real quick.
You can see and remind me of his name. This cop, yeah, Steele.
Steele.
You can see Steele responding. All it says is, just saw the news. Be careful. Talk in person.
Oh, gee, sorry, that was Steele. I think the people who might be after me with the symbol GS2 are... I don't really have any leads. I mean, I don't know. The last person who probably knew where I went was Miles, my twin brother. But I haven't seen him since the orphanage. He could still be on Prime Station, and Steele just messaged me. He said he wanted to meet me there at some point on Prime Station.
Well, if anyone's coming after you, they gotta go through at least me.
Everybody. You have Mosaic, literally the Mosaic Corporation behind you. Relax. We're gonna have fun
the
tonight.
corporation probably wouldn't.
Shade, be quiet.
At this
HR,
point-
human resources. Is he not human?
It's actually sentient resources. Important definition. It's not just human.
Yeah.
I got an outdated memo then.
I appreciate your guys' love for me. I really do. But like I said, if I become a problem, I'll just go. You guys don't have to think about me. I'll just
Oh,
leave.
shut up.
You
Yeah.
won't even... Oh, come on, guys.
Well, at least text us if you're gonna throw the door in our face.
Oh, come on. I wouldn't say goodbye to you guys.
Oh, good. And then we can tell you that you're full of shit and you can't say goodbye.
Oh,
So as long as you promise that, then we're good.
Playing the victim is unsightly.
Shade, let's go. There's
As Shade says, this bus is passing now through 4 and 8 story, some between 4 and 8 story buildings, these kind of semi-high rises. You can see off to the west as this bus kind of pulls up and begins to slow. There's like a bit of a canal, large bridge that supports a huge magnetized train that hauls cargo down beneath the ocean to the north.
Ocean.
In front of you all, you can see the Andromeda Hotel and Spa. It is a black building with silver painted balconies from each of the rooms in the top 6 of the 8-story hotel. The awning covers a 20 by 30 foot area and features valet robots in white jackets that park cars, although presently your bus is the only one out front. There are people walking here and there, although this is a quieter district in Carfay.
Does the robot get a valet, or
No,
How does
so
that
there,
work?
There are robots who are serving as the valet drivers. They are taking cars and then parking them elsewhere.
So
Do they
does
take
our
our
drone
car?
get
Yeah.
out and say,
here's the keys? How does that work?
So you can see this bus pulls up and the sides open. The driver does not get out. The drones do not get out. It seems somehow they planned for this.
Okay.
It's like they're
different-
programmed to do it.
So they
or
are
something.
different robots.
Right.
They're different models of robots, and definitely one owned by the city, one owned by the or
Right.
the valet is by the hotel. But you can see through this opaque black metallic doors, like just little windows that give you glimpses on the inside. The door opens as like an older couple leaves, and you can see within there is this beautiful lobby. Floors that are made of tiles of Damascus steel, black marble walls, pillars with small veins of white. There are couches, chairs, tables in the lobby, along with off to the right like a metallic L-shaped bar. You can see like a little sign on the cutout that says the Andromeda Lounge. You see a counter ahead with somebody working behind the door swing shut.
Real quick, so just the itinerary for the end of the day is in an hour we have this show with TJ,
Yep.
and then the rest of the night is ours.
Yep.
Knowing that, I'm gonna just is there a restaurant in this bar?
So you saw the Andromeda Lounge, but without entering, you could probably ask the front desk. I will say, thinking about restaurants, on your way over, you did see two, just kind of like keeping an eye out. The bright lights of a restaurant called The Pepper. It is a chain casual sit-down restaurant with a red and green awning. The mascot, well known by everybody, it is a red chili pepper.
Pepper Pete?
It goes by Cappy, actually,
Oh.
for capsaicin.
Okay.
But it's American and Tex-Mex food, definitely a human in origin. Can trace its roots back to maybe a modern-day corporation. And then, you know what? Make a perception check.
Modern day as in like right now.
As
Our
in
Modern
four.
day is in 2022.
As in like
Early 21st century.
Yeah.
A 9
Okay,
plus
call
5.
it that. You said 9?
Yep.
That's
plus
all
5.
that you saw. But, this is a district with a lot of high-rise buildings. There are restaurants. There are bars. You passed what looks like something called the Earl Brothers. It was like a used Starship component part. There's tattoo parlor, all kinds of things.
I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. The Andromeda bar is in the hotel.
Yeah.
Spice, we have some time after, our interview, and we're all gonna be dressed up nicely anyways. Would you, maybe you wanna go on a mock date?
Dinner sounds great.
Oh, Bubbs, let me get ready.
Oh,
And she kind of spins around and finds her way upstairs.
So you make your way through the doors and kind of approach the counter. One moment here.
probably would also start going in too.
Before
I
Gibbs
have
goes
no
into
interest in going on a
the
date
nice
with
place,
Bubbs.
she does that 4 paws on the
The only
ground,
person.
dog shake to get all the sprinkler water off of her,
I resist your
All across the
charms.
side.
and then just sort of pushes the hair to the side and follows her friends in,
Does
but
it make that
tries to-
noise?
Yes.
Oh, gross.
tries to stay as small as possible, knowing that she's probably gonna get yelled at, but she hasn't had a chance to clean up.
Okay.
and she's done
We
the
have
best
an
she can.
hour.
And as you guys
But
step
I'm in the hotel, the lobby of a super fancy hotel. I don't want them to think I'm
Well,
homeless.
with
Yeah,
the
but-
exception of shade, all of you are entering in some level of dampness.
well, I'm
Yeah.
also probably pretty injured still.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but you're not soaking wet.
Right.
So in
I'm
terms
just,
of tracking things
leaking
into this
oil
place,
or
everybody
something.
is a little bit. You all enter. In front of you, there's a counter, dark metal base, black marble top. And behind it, you see a beautiful human woman. Fine hair like black silk down behind her. Clean white jacket with a silver name tag that reads Jackie. She looks out as all of you approach. Mosaic Team 5, heroes of the hour. Feel free to leave your bags and we'll have them brought up. She
Bags.
pulls out 5 key cards and offers them to you one at a time. You'll be staying in the Cosmos Suite. It's our nicest suite. Features full kitchen, 6 private rooms, flat screen TVs, grand room, bathrooms, best view in Carfay. You've been granted access to all the amenities in the hotel, dinner and drinks at the Andromeda Lounge, use of room service, premium access to the Infosphere, and all Network Sphere channels. Feel free to use our weight room, our sauna, complete complimentary laundry on the first floor. Any assistance that I can provide, I'll be here up until the morning, and then whoever takes over will be happy to help after that. Please, if I can help, I can also help you navigate the Inkbridge district while you stay with us.
Yes.
The room is up either elevator. It's the top floor in its entirety. So enjoy your stay and dial 0 for the front desk.
Thank you, Jackie. Could you direct us to the elevator?
She kind of leans over the desk and points to the right and the left, and turning, you can see elevator on either side.
Oh,
Staircase too, if you prefer to walk.
I'm gonna go to the
Yeah,
elevator.
we'll follow.
Yeah.
You all make your way over to the
This is-
elevator.
Press all the button. No, I'm kidding.
We're in the
Hold
future.
your hands.
Stairs are fucking archaic.
We
When this-
teleport up
when
to our
When
room.
the elevator breaks, you need to have a way down.
I just jump.
It's also code.
Is
on
it
purpose,
20?
but
It's 2250. Can't
2250.
we teleport at this point?
It's probably expensive more than anything.
If the teleporter's down, then you have to take the elevator.
As far as you all are all aware, there is no such thing as matter teleportation. Information can be teleported.
Okay.
There's a thing that happened in the early
We have that
2100s.
now.
What? Teleporting
Emails.
information? No, we don't.
Email.
That is not instant movement of data.
Near instant.
So utilizing quantum entanglement in the early
Okay,
2100s, they were able to make it so that
We're
you could
getting
send,
there.
Right.
Large Hadron
When
Collider.
you have a galaxy to span, an email takes a long time.
That's true.
So quantum entanglement, huge in terms of making long distance communication
Okay,
possible.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But
I've done a
Spice
lot
are
of
gonna
research
quantum
about
entangle.
this.
Fair enough.
This is great. Quantum
You take the
entanglement.
elevators, and as you get to the top floor, they open, and it opens straight into your room. You need to use the key card to actually get to that floor. If you try to press the button, it will not go. So you use the key card, it opens up. You see a great room. It has full kitchen, stove, microwaves, an island sink with 3 chairs across, like a whole little bar set up. Everything has black marble tops.
Ooh.
You can see a long stand of drawers with a huge circular mirror and some plants and lamps for decoration. There's a table behind the island with 7 steel chairs with luxurious looking black cushions on them. The black marble floor is wide, and across the kitchen and dining area there is this dark blue leather couch across from a black steel-based glass top coffee table. You see chairs, end tables, all Damascus steel, atop which stands a little cordless phone that you would imagine you could use to dial the front desk. The entire wall and ceiling, except for the east and west walls, which have 4 doors on each, are glass. You can just see on one side in the north the canal and like the beautiful lights across. To the south, you can just see like the city skyline open up behind you. On either side, there are pillars that kind of frame each door. And just opening one up, you can see the first 3 doors on either side enter a massive bedroom on each one. King-size beds.
No.
Beautiful amenities. All of the lighting in this place is from track lighting. If you look up the ceiling, entirely glass. Just a metal frame around the outside and lights hung from this track. If you go towards the northern wall, there is one door that leads to an area, maybe like, let me find it here. Maybe 20 by 26, and opening that door, there is a wall that makes it, you can't see it from your side, but there is one-way glass on the other side of all of the walls, and this is just a massive shower that just is, it feels as if you were stepping out onto glass over the street, but you can see the skyline and everything. The only 2 things that you can see that are not glass, the pipe that carries the water from the drain and the pipe that leads to the shower head over top. It is this beautiful, luxurious bathroom. Every
That's
bathroom.
20 by 26.
Yeah, it's huge. It's
God.
massive.
Damn.
The end door on either of the walls also
than
features
most
a
of my
separate bathroom.
house.
Each one has a large jacuzzi jet tub that could comfortably fit up to 4 people. Double sink, double mirrors, all that kind of stuff.
Or
Dark black towels.
4 people and an Isoki?
I mean,
Yeah, right.
you gotta roll for it.
Yeah.
No Gibbs in the hot tub.
Gibbs, you gotta
Gibbs
take a
is
shower.
So there are 2 separate.
You
gotta take, like,
jacuzzi
3
hot tubs, one on
showers
each side
first.
of one in
Oh.
each bathroom. So
With water
Dedicated
and soap.
tub.
as you enter in, you can also see the
Bring
kitchen.
any soap.
Gibbs, as soon as you walk in, kitchen's stocked. You can immediately tell that there is food available to you. And Spice, as you follow Gibbs' eyes, you can see bottles of alcohol. with little ribbons on each. You can see rum, vodka, whiskey, a La Junta spirit called gravity whiskey, which makes the voice drop low, like antihelium.
I'm gonna get that. And
But you see all of these things, and you all, for the very first time in quite a few days, find yourselves in a luxurious space with about half an hour left until TJ is due to call.
Only half an hour. It's gonna take
Spice?
me longer than that.
Immediately, she sees that like glass shower room, like grabs like 3, maybe 5 towels and just like walks towards it.
We have 1/2 hour.
She
get
doesn't even
ready.
respond.
You will notice also on the main kind of dining table there is a number of these kind of laid out garment bags. They bear the Mosaic Team 5 logo on them, and you would recognize this is your formal wear that at some point you purchased and procured for these types of occasions. So whatever that looks like, that is what you have available to you. You do have half an hour, so if you have a different way that you would like to dress, feel free to utilize it.
Is this a situation that's like ball gown, or is it like this is Mosaic Team 5, like wear your
Elegant,
outfit?
elegant work formal.
Yeah. Elegant
Could have
work
a
formal.
top.
That's
That's
exactly
way
right.
over, that's his name. Okay, well Spice is gonna do it to the nines then.
There you go.
Gibbs, would you like assistance preparing? You seem anxious.
This is a far cry from where I've ever been before, you know, but I'm okay. It's a big room, but the jacuzzi's got handles I can reach. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Spice like opens
You know
the
how
door.
to operate the tub?
Yeah, I know how to operate a tub. I know how to turn a
With
water handle on and off. I wash
soap
my
and
hands.
water?
Do you know how to wash your hands though? Because it's very important. You have to sing the happy birthday song
You
twice,
don't need to
sometimes
sing the happy
3 times
birthday
if it's
song.
like a really
However,
happy
it is
birthday.
important.
You know, this is a choice, right? This way I look.
Yes,
It's-
I
it's-
understand.
It's a choice, not because I'm
Yes.
ignorant and don't know how to wash myself. It's a choice
Yes.
because I'm comfortable this
But
way.
I'm asking if you are going to choose
I am gonna
to
choose.
remain on.
And I'm only gonna choose because I'm gonna choose, not because you're pressuring me to choose.
I'm not pressuring you.
You
to choose.
are.
I do not care. I am just.
Then don't
offering
care and let me take care of it myself.
I was
And I'm gonna
only
storm off and shut the door
my
and turn on the
assistance.
water with my tiny little paws all by myself without any assistance from a stupid android. And I'm gonna take all the mini bottles of soap and toothpaste and scrub my fur. And it's gonna be really spiteful.
Roll 20-sided dice, Gibbs. As you shut the door, slamming and locking one of the two big bathrooms, you turn and
Oh
see
no,
the
she put the
most
Drano in the tub.
complicated jacuzzi you've ever seen in your life.
Great. I rolled an 18.
Okay.
What am I rolling for?
There's no skill, just
Let
seeing what's
it
going
be
on.
intelligence though, because
Sure,
that's a
sure.
+4.
There you go. 22.
Yeah.
Plus 4 and Spice.
You look down at this thing, and though it is a foul creature that does the worst things to your fur, scrubbing all the healthy organisms away, making you smell unnatural, you kind of take a few steps forward. You see the control panel. There is temperature adjustment. There is no bottles of little soap. You inject it straight in. There's a little dispenser for shampoo, all different kinds of things, very luxurious. And there's a little thing that lets you choose between different scents as you kind of like cycle through them. There's nothing that appeals to you in terms of food.
Right. There wouldn't be.
But you can kind of choose something that is relatively.
I choose the one that's like natural rainwater, like clean towels or something. Like nothing that's like
Fresh linen.
hibiscus or whatever. Like none of that. But
fresh
like,
linen wrap.
yes.
Fantastic. So you choose that, and for all of you, you just hear like the of the shower, and then it sounds as if Gibbs is cleaning themselves.
I was merely trying to offer my assistance.
Personal cleanliness
Uh,
is a privilege,
Light up a
not a
cigarette
chore.
and go get ready.
Okay. You light up a cigarette and go change into your outfit. Is there anything else any of you are doing before TJ calls?
Spice is going to call Jackie and ask for what to do after dark.
Okay. You call down to the front desk. Jackie answers. You ask what to do after dark?
Well, basically, she's Spice is just gonna
What's
ask
the
like,
nightlife like?
Yeah, what's good in this town?
Well, this is more of a religious town, and so in terms of nightclubs and things, you may be a little bit more out of luck. We do have a strong dining scene. The Sea of Serpents to the north has provided amazing dishes you can only get on Carfé. I would highly recommend checking out some of the dining experiences. I know across the street there is kind of a chain restaurant, but if you want my recommendation, the Twilight Tulip is a beautiful restaurant that has finer food. And I think just be aware it is quite expensive. But if you're looking for fine dining in a way that no other place can offer it, I would highly recommend it.
Thank you, Jackie.
The Andromeda Lounge, our very own bar, you have been given access to drink pretty much as you want. Please, of course, maintain your decorum within the hotel, but that is an option as well.
Can you tell me a little bit about the people of this town? What are they like?
The people of Carfé?
Yes.
A second here.
Like the people of Wellesley.
Carfay is a town that has a rich history. We base most of our exports on mining. You all were involved in some business with Harbinger Robotics. Are you familiar with their base of operations here?
I
Quite
know
familiar.
enough.
It's over to the south on the Baichu Steppe. There are many elements of metal that are able to be mined. It makes producing robots on our planet very cheap, relatively speaking. That brings a lot of business in, and so we are primarily both based in mining and trade, as well as, when we can, tourism.
Great. That seems like everything I need to know.
Very well.
Thank you, Jackie.
Of course.
I'm gonna go into Gibbs' room.
Okay.
Just still knock.
Is it Shade?
No, it's me, Bubbs.
I open the door and you see for the first time a wet but gray, fully gray, like in the nude for a Yosoki rat. And the only thing I've got on is the kind of like jagged piercings through my ears.
But you're like clean, right?
I'm like mostly clean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like in the process of cleaning. Like I've got like one of those like really tiny combs, and I'm like trying to get through the like the mess on the tossle of my head. But
Easily the cleanest you've ever seen.
In
Dennis.
Bubbs' mind, this is like in those like those teen comedy movies where like the girl just like takes off her glasses and puts down her hair.
Yeah. Absolutely.
it's very much that. You can see my little like vest is just on the counter, just in a like crumpled pile, and my jar is kind of near the sink where I'm kind of like trying to look in the mirror and get all the things in order.
Oh, Gibbs. Oh, can I come in?
Sure.
I'm gonna come in and close the door.
You look great.
Yep.
The reason I came here to talk is just I'm kind of nervous with my date tonight with Spice and well I saw it during the battle you know through the reflection of the mirrors and the laser tag that you gave Spice a kiss, and I was just wondering, like, is it hard to kiss? Is it difficult? Like, how do you even do it?
Well, I think kissing's got like a component of you have to put your lips on something. So I guess if you're worried about the practicality of it, you could try to kiss something that's not a person. Like a shampoo bottle, and I find one of those ones that's got like the curvy, like feminine form. You could like kiss anything, really. I mean, like I kissed relatives, Yosokis. We do like a little like nose nuzzle at people when you're fond of them.
Oh, I mean, I guess I could kiss a shampoo bottle, but I don't know. I think I don't know. Like, what if I like do it too hard or something? And
I think kissing less is more. And if you're worried about hitting someone with your teeth, because like I got some buck teeth here, and this one's got a little chip on it now, and you just pull back a little and you let the other person come halfway.
oh,
I'm just gonna look at her teeth as she's saying that.
oh,
Is there a soap I'm supposed to use on my teeth here, or just kidding? I know. It's called toothpaste.
yeah, I love this stuff. I guess that makes sense, but I'm just so nervous.
I think you're more in need of less explanation and more just less nerves. And I don't think I have a solution for that.
I do.
We're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Bess, how did you get there?
I pop into the knock on the door with a
You're listening with your
like
mind.
Detect thoughts.
maybe-
Yes.
What the fuck?
I pop in with the bottle and some glasses and say, "Why don't we all have a drink?" I always find it's a bit more fun to do some kissing after you're just a bit
Well, I never kissed
Bit
anyone
talked.
ever.
And maybe you want to do that sober. It's
How
something you
much
should
time do
remember.
we have?
No, don't listen to her.
I would say at this point, probably about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
getting
probably
close.
like got dressed and I'm just like sitting there smoking
by
my
yourself
cigarette,
in the
like
great, in the great
dressed
room, yeah.
up, all ready to go. Like I polished my face and shit.
There is like
all
steam
there
coming
was.
out from underneath the northern bathroom that
Yeah.
Spice is still in. Nobody else is in the great room yet.
So while I'm knocking on the door, what do you let me into the bathroom?
Yeah, at this point,
So
yeah.
while I'm in there, I'm gonna try to steal Gibbs's clothes and bring them to the laundry.
Okay.
The not the formal wear, obviously.
Right.
Okay.
That'd be a funny prank, though.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately
Gotcha,
for
you
you,
gotta go
Sophie, I feel
naked.
like clothes are kind of optional. Like we just do it.
Yeah.
Cause,
Yeah.
you know.
It's for everybody else, not for
Yeah,
you.
like
for
I
sure.
don't necessarily need
Damn
clothes.
societal norms.
I just need pockets. That's why I got a little cargo
Okay,
vest.
So you bring the alcohol in there
That's
and kind of like find your way out, and then wander over to Gibbs's room.
As he walks by, I'm like, we have less than 10 minutes to prepare.
Oh, I'm still soaking wet, aren't I?
Yes.
Get ready, Bess.
So
Bess has just been like looking at all the alcohol
I'm
for
gonna,
like
like,
a solid 25 minutes.
Grab him a towel and just kind of like toss it over to him.
Bess is still probably better dressed than all of you in your formal wear.
Yeah.
Almost certainly. I mean, mine is just the like standard issue Mosaic suit. It's like the same exact one as Peeps,
Yes.
but
okay.
like nicer looking because I'm not Peep.
Yes, that's fair.
Bubbs,
Uh,
just breathe.
Oh, well, do I need to breathe with, counting to 5? Or do I need to do, like, the 1, 2 breathe, and then out breathe, 2 breathe, or...
You'll know what kind of breath you need
Oh,
when you need it.
okay.
And this is a mock date anyways. Why are you thinking about kissing her anyways? That's gonna be weird. You're not even bunking with us. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
To call him
Us.
to the group.
okay.
We have less than 10 minutes to prepare. I suggest that you get dressed. And
well, we could just blame it on traffic. I'll send that text.
Spice is ignoring everything.
as we keep chatting, like Gibbs is getting ready.
Okay.
Do you need anything, Bubbs, to get ready for the interview? Maybe you should wear like a helmet. Do you want me to call you Adams or?
Yeah, you can call me Adam when we're in public. I think...
Is this public? It's kind of like an interview. I don't want to get the wrong.
the
Name for
public
you.
will be seeing this.
Okay.
I say through the comm because no one turned off their comms.
Did I say everything about kissing on the comms?
Apparently,
No,
Jess came in.
okay.
I just,
Okay, all right.
and if you did, I would be like, I don't give a shit. Man.
Okay.
But it goes to Spice.
Yeah, Spice is just in the shower
Oh
and
my
just like,
gosh.
ah!
So Spice, you take this shower. And
Extra lip
it's-
gloss.
You said it at as of like 5-minute mark. You're still in there.
Oh yeah,
What?
complete disregard for time.
Okay, so they're calling you. You remember that. As this time comes around, what are you doing in that moment? Because the phone's
When
about
it's
to ring.
time, I'm gonna go find Spice
Okay.
and like, I'm gonna be like, it's time to go. Fuck.
You're gonna walk into my room that's locked?
I'm gonna knock,
Okay.
and then if you don't open the door in a reasonable amount of time, I'm gonna assume that you're probably in some sort of danger, and I'm gonna bust the door down.
What?
Because not being punctual is dangerous.
Yeah.
So you hear,
She might have fallen asleep in
and
the tub or
To
something.
be fair, all of you, like, yeah, that's fair. And she was like almost dying.
That's
Yeah.
I could've
So,
fixed
Yeah, I was
that.
like recovering.
Literally,
like,
like,
my little spa in
keeping,
like gigantic
staying up
bathroom.
on top of me, like, I'm cool.
so you hear the knocking. You hear shit knock.
It's just a flesh.
But no response. I'm like doing my makeup.
Captain, it's
What?
almost time for the interview.
Okay,
Are you ready?
be right there.
It's in 30 seconds.
Okay, so she'll like
Are you dressed?
Oh,
undress. So she like finishes putting on her red lipstick, and she's trying to make an entrance when she walks out of her room.
Okay.
I'm standing right in front of
Yeah.
the door. Does it open towards me?
Sideways.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah,
Good.
of course.
Like a sideways
Pocket
Don't
door.
want to get fucking smashed in the face.
yeah.
Otherwise, the doors will hit the pillars that are kind of bracketing.
Okay, so Spice, she opens the door.
What is she wearing? Tell me, girl.
And you see Spice, hair down, like long blue-black hair. It's down. She's got little gold chains in them, and she's wearing this super long satin red dress. Plunges real far down to her belly button. There's a slit up the side, like pretty far up her hip. And she's also wearing
Past the.
past
It's like
the little
one
girl
goes there,
hip
one
part.
goes there.
Yeah,
It's more skin than clothes. It's okay.
basically.
Love it.
It's like a
And then-
Z shape.
What else is she wearing?
She's got red latex high heels.
Ooh. Go, girl.
And that they kind of crisscross up her knees. And they're peep toe, so you can see her little red nails done on her toes.
Probably like
And
right in your face. then
And-
you're just gonna,
she's got a matching leather red choker around her neck.
Ooh.
Ooh.
you look presentable.
And then she like flicks her hair as the door opens.
Gives in the background like, yes, girl, go, girl.
She's expecting an applause.
So as you go to open the door,
Hype, girl.
your comm starts to go, and you can see it has like TJ kind of written on the caller ID. You get ready to make your big entrance. Are you gonna like open this up so you get the same thing as you kind of like walk in? They get the entrance. You're making it on camera as well.
Oh yes, yes.
Right.
She's making a fucking
Oh,
scene
Talon.
out of this.
Sad times.
So
from
Talon picked whoa. As you walk out,
Whoa!
So you, like,
we
paid,
haven't had a whoa in a
Like,
while.
press-
so-
cat points to,
Whoa.
like,
you press
fuck
the
up
button
your
on the
life.
door. The door
No!
open. You press the answer button, kind of walking out. You see Shade directly in front of you, first of all. But you press the answer button, and as you do, the comm comes to life. You can see this kind of kindly older gentleman. You see behind him probably at least 100 people, a smaller studio audience for a larger show. And in this moment, the thing holding the back of your dress kind of snaps a little bit, and begins to fall down. But you can see, hang on, let me just change the
Oh my
music here for
God!
you guys. That's Talon's woe right there.
What?
Alrighty. As you open the comm and all of this happens, you can hear the theme song for TJ's show kind of emitting from this. This is a kind of like a calm show, and you hear,
Oh my god!
well, howdy, friends. Welcome to take a second and fix yourself up there. You can see he kind of like leans and kind of just his back on the camera. Folks,
No!
we're
My
having a bit of
god!
a
My
technical
big
malfunction.
entrance!
Sorry, Miss
So
Jackson.
you kind of take a second to fix that problem. Thank you, Tom. But as
Nice
that's
done,
happening,
Captain.
TJ kind of looks
Fuck
back
you.
and goes, "Are we ready?"
We're
Oh,
ready.
Like, oh my god! And like bends down to like have you help her tie it up again. Oh my god! And her face is so red.
Well, it matches your shoes. Let's sit on this couch all together and we'll all answer some questions.
Well, you don't get a second chance at a live take, but howdy, friends. Welcome to TJ's Rookie Review. Already pretty interesting. Kick up those boots, paws, and tentacles, and meet some newcomers to this here bounty hunting scene. Mosaic Team 5. Now, folks, I know who you all are, but would you kindly introduce yourselves to all the cowpokes watching?
I'm Gibbs Scabrat from Petrus 4, and I'm a Yosoki, and I'm part of Mosaic Team 5.
Well, great to hear from you, Pete. Who's next?
I'm Captain Spicy Meadow.
I think everybody's seen quite a bit of you,
Yes,
Captain
they
Spice.
have.
Who's next?
Hi, I'm Bubbs, and I do like one of those with like small hand waves.
It's like not caught on camera. It's
Yeah.
like off screen.
I'm from Prime Station, and I'm very nervous, and hi.
Well, Adam, I can see you're getting nervous there, and I want to tell you, we're all friends here. Don't worry about it. We'll come back to you in a little bit. What about you, Android?
I am synthetic humanoid for aeronautic defense and engagement, also referred to as SHADE.
Your name's an acronym?
Of course, it's an acronym. I'm an android.
I didn't know that.
Almost everything you see
Yeah.
on the couch is
Yeah.
an acronym, yeah.
No,
There's a lot
I knew
of
that.
acronyms.
Gibbs didn't know that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Gibbs wouldn't know
Spice
that.
just like nods.
And finally, to the tall Lashunta up in the back. What's your name?
Bess.
All right. Lashunta, a few words. I respect that. Damn fine, damn fine. Now, I hate to rush in, but I don't mean to put any of you folks on the spot. We do have some questions to get to, and we had a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to get right down to it. The question on all of our minds is, what happened in that laser tag arena over yonder?
Spice jumps in.
Oh boy.
We jumped in at the scene of the crime. First things first, save the children. That's what I told my team. So we saved the children.
Make a diplomacy check.
Sure. No problem.
Kind of nods his head.
18.
18. It does appear every single one made it out okay. Shame about that employee, but all things considered, mighty fine job by all of you. Now, second question. It was recently reported that you answered a call from Jacinto Corporation. You were able to retrieve a valuable stolen technology. Seems the ex-scientist who stole it, one Bill Aguanga, hadn't been heard from since he left Jacinto. You all don't happen to know what became of the fella, do you? Jacinto dropped his bounty, but, still hasn't come around.
Do we know what happened to that?
We
do.
Do.
Gibbs definitely does. Unfortunately, we
do.
don't. But he wasn't part of the bounty we were chasing.
We were tasked with retrieving the lost or
Artifact.
presumed stolen prototype. Upon recovery, we did not see Peter Aguando or a body.
Make a deception check.
Wait, can I help with that?
Yeah, sure.
A bluff check?
Bluff check. That's
Bluff
what
check.
it's called.
Are you any good at
That's
this?
fine.
No,
Do you
I'm
want-
not good at
Okay.
it.
I am really good at it.
Gibbs is good.
Ooh, okay.
Good.
14.
That's like
18.
Okay,
This-
nice. That was a good
Gibbs is
roll.
really
Yeah, thank you, Gibbs.
charismatic for no good
It's
reason.
good. Oh, it's good. It fits.
So you jump in, and you say you never really heard of this person. Well, sure is lucky you found that prototype anyways. Maybe he'll turn up. Who knows? All right, you guys have been swell. We do have a final question, though. This individual known as a Cygnus Bandit recently detonated a nanite bomb. Blew Way Station El Paso to Tarnation and then some. Your shuttle, Mosaic Shuttle 5, was registered there just a few ticks before the explosion. Please tell us how that terrifying event unfolded.
So many alarms. So many alarms and so fast scrambling to the ship.
So fast scrambling to the ship?
It's just all a blur. We can't even talk about it. It was so fast.
I was performing routine maintenance on our ship in the loading bay, so I really only saw what I saw afterwards.
Mosaic Team 5 tried to step in and assuage the situation like the heroes we are.
Hello,
So,
I'm Bubbs.
well, hi, Bub. So you ready to talk a little bit now? Well,
I'm just gonna cover my mouth like this.
awkward. Turns back to you. So you're telling me you got yourselves involved in this here terrorism organization?
Oh no, we were trying to stop the terrorist organization. Don't get me wrong.
Well, Mosaic Team 5, I gotta say, your reliability rating was liable to go up pretty high after this event.
You
but,
bet it is. Watch out, number one, and she points at the camera.
but that might affect the ratings so much. Just hearing you were trying to intervene and that space station was still lost.
I believe my captain misspoke. We were already preparing to disembark from the station as we heard the commotion. We tried our best to help those within range of our loading bay. However, at that point, there was very little that we could personally do.
And we did save somebody. Thadius. We took
We
on
don't
a
wanna- we don't wanna talk about that.
Oh,
Why don't
all
you
of you-
change
They
the
don't- yeah.
all three of
There's
you
so
make
much.
completing diplomacy checks, and we're going to see who he focuses in on.
Oh, jeez.
Are you talking? Is Spice a part of this?
The three of you are answering.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
9.
Well, I rolled a natural 2, but I have a +8.
12!
Wait, I rolled a natural 2 and I have a +7.
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
12!
With
a
Damn.
plus 0.
Thank fucking
That's
God.
amazing.
I'm glad I fucked that up.
I was like,
Turns
oh
to you.
shit, 12? They're good at this.
We are
Yeah,
good at
that's
this.
like my whole thing is diplomacy.
It's like, fuck, middle of the road.
I don't know
road.
why.
You're not
Oh,
good at
good.
holding back
Good.
information. Now.
Well,
I'm not, but, whatever.
he turns and you can see some of the crowd behind him. I'm sure I speak for all of us here when I say I'm glad you were all able to survive such a terrifying ordeal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mosaic Team 5, and it's my honor to let you know your reliability rating has climbed.
Yes, it
Originally,
has.
after your recovery of the Jacinto prototype, you were ranked at 2100, pretty much near the bottom. It is my pleasure to announce to you, you've risen all the way to an astounding 5130. With another job like this, Mosaic Team 5 might just surpass Ikshaw the Reaver, who today slides down to last place on TJ's Top 50, with a new rating of 1671. Find out about all this and more on TJ's Bounty Board tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Till then, stay rootin', stay tootin', but most importantly, be kind. And you can see suddenly behind them the lights, and all of a sudden you can see like illuminating. There are no audience. It's like a screen behind him.
Mm.
But he turns to all of you guys. He just kind of holds a smile for a second. Then he goes, oh, all right. Hey, so welcome to the scene, guys. I'm TJ. Hopefully you'll keep on rising. I have a feeling about all of you that you might be stars to watch. So go ahead, reach out to me if you have any good videos, any good scoops. I'm happy to return the favor. Let's just check in a few months, see how you guys are progressing.
DJ, could you maybe just edit something I said? I said I was Bubbs, but
That was live.
So that's a live record. We don't do
live.
recordings here. This is live.
live.
Yeah,
Live
so
as
the
in
bounty
act.
board that I do on Fridays, those typically are pre-recorded. There's a lot of editing that goes into those. But for this segment, it's just a quick review of a new hot up-and-coming bounty team. So we do it live.
Okay, all right.
I'm just gonna like massage my legs, just
Thank you,
freaking out a little
TJ,
bit.
for your interview.
Thank
With
you for
us?
having us on your show.
Yes.
Not a problem. And you know what? This is the right place, right time. I do have a hot tip for y'all.
Hot tip. You
Yeah.
got it. I'll write this down.
So it looks like maybe about 10 minutes ago, there was a hell of a bounty that was taken out on a rogue bounty hunter. Word is her ship was tracked to your system, somewhere around Petrus. Just across the way, maybe closer to Petrus 4, as far as I can tell. Didn't hear from me, though.
Rogue bounty hunter from Mosaic?
No, this is a rogue bounty hunter. Used to work for a firm like Mosaic, but this one seemed to go off the reservation. Slaughtered an entire cruise liner full of people, as far as I know. But like I said, he didn't hear it from me. I can't be giving out tips to people that might presume that I have favorites in this game.
Spice leans in a little bit closer. Who can we talk to that would know?
He backs up from his comm because he's calling you guys a little bit, and he goes, well, again, this hasn't quite broken yet, so I'm sure you'll be seeing some news about it, and you work for Mosaic, so you guys got that peep fella. I'm sure he'll fill you in.
Alright.
But if he doesn't, go ahead and ask about, give me 1 second here, I have to go by all this other stuff. Just ask about the four-armed assassin,
Thank you.
of course. Now, you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, TJ.
And the
Have a good
connection
evening.
goes dead.
Should we go to Petrus 4 right now?
We should
Let's get
gather
some
our
rest.
strength,
Oh, right.
recuperate.
You guys both look like crap. Well,
I look
let's-
great now.
No,
I'm
now you do.
fine. I had my rest. We're good.
You don't think they heard what I said?
They
Almost
definitely
certainly
did.
they did. It was a live feed. I don't know why you think that they wouldn't.
I was just so nervous. I didn't.
Yes, we all
You were
noticed.
so
They
prepared.
also probably all noticed.
Be
In fact,
kind. TJ
certain-
said, be kind.
I'm not.
You have a message, Bubbs, and as you check your comm, you can see it as steel.
I'm gonna check it.
All caps, just the word danger.
What?
Oh, guys, I think it will be okay.
Is it actually? Does he? I don't. I'm
Yeah, it's
guessing.
a bluff.
Yeah. I can't sense motives, so
Not with that attitude.
not very well. That's an 8.
As far as you can tell, Bubbs is just a little flustered from that interview.
Bubbs, do you need something to drink? You seem on edge.
Yeah, I could use something to drink.
Well, if we're not going to Peaches 4, I didn't get all dressed up for nothing. Let's go to Andromeda Lounge.
Oh,
I'm gonna go grab a bottle and pour some shots for everyone.
What do
Pre-gaming.
we think
Yes.
about the Twilight Tulip?
What's the Twilight Tulip?
Oh, I called Jackie at the front desk. It's a restaurant she recommended.
Okay.
Let's
the
celebrate
hotel
there.
amenities are free.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's true. We
but-
don't have money to pay for that.
We are still heavily in debt.
Please, we deserve a good night out.
But we can get a good night out in.
Andromeda is also a place that none of us presumably have been, so
Are you kidding?
It's
They
free.
know me here. I'm a local.
maybe we should just, stay within the hotel.
I don't even need to sense motives on that one.
I'm here all the time. At least in the garbage cans out back.
They got the best trash.
Best trash because it comes from fine dining. No one finishes their meals because they're all worried about being skinny.
Well, I say we should let Bubbs have a little bit of space for his first date. Maybe we don't need to all be hanging around, and it could be quite nerve-wracking for the little fellow.
Bubbs, what do you say we go to the Twilight Tulip?
As long as it's not on the company budget.
Bitch, you know
Because-
it's gonna be on the company budget.
Text
We're
me
already
first, though.
heavily in debt.
Ugh, she rolls her eyes.
Just tell him that it's necessary maintenance.
Damn straight it is.
I like the idea that something's going to come in from a place called the Twilight Tulip, and you're going to be like, yeah, it's a
Necessary
place.
maintenance.
Bubbs is like very like phased of like what just happened.
Sure.
So he's just
Yeah. Oh, okay.
just yes-ending, yes
Perfect. She
manning.
like grabs
Yes.
his arm and like.
So we'll all go down in the elevator. We'll stay at the Andromeda Lounge, and y'all.
I'm
Meet us in the
taking the
morning.
shot because no one else is taking
You take the first one.
Shade like.
Wait, I hear me out, right? Profession neurochemist.
Okay, yeah.
What if I make everyone really fancy drinks, and then maybe you get like some sort of buff? Or...
I mean, you could certainly try. I might be, if you can mix up a good enough cocktail vest. And I will say, given your background in the sciences, you are bringing what would be like a rocket engineering degree to Lego building. So mixology for you, super easy. And to get into like the higher levels of it, not hard.
Chemist,
So if you want to go ahead, make a, we'll call this a physical sciences check.
not the profession.
Oh, no,
okay.
profession. Yeah, you could use it as a profession. That's
Okay.
fine.
I used to be a bartender
In Boston.
in Boston Prime.
21.
Boston's underwater. But 21?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go over, you grab the, you gravitate towards this Lashunte gravity whiskey. And it is something that has this, like, kind of difficult to deal with, a deep drop in your tone. But using some of the little ingredients that you have around, elements of your own kit, you're able to offset most of that. So it's just a barely noticeable drop. The drink that you end up with is citrusy, but also has a taste of almost like petrichor in a way that reminds you of home. It reminds you of the mornings in the Kesterwald jungle.
Oh, home sweet home.
That's a pretty color. It's very blue.
It reminds me of home.
Yes, it does.
For those of you who decide to drink this,
I do.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I would probably grab it and be like, to Mosaic Team 5.
To Mosaic Team 5.
Ching ching.
I'm just standing there.
Okay.
Bubsies, please.
Bobs, come on, live a little.
It's customary that everyone cheers.
But you all have to
Bubs,
choose at the
This is
same
your
time.
first drink ever.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, if it's your first one, she knocks it out of your hand. Let it be with me.
yeah, that would make sense.
I'm still gonna
But
take it though.
did you not already have your first drink on your birthday?
Yeah, didn't you?
No,
guys
it gets
have-
shot out of your hand. Do you remember that?
Oh.
His first drink was the slop from the bottles. I already had some. To test. To test.
To test.
All right.
Quality checks are important.
Well, at least do water.
Yeah, water. Okay.
To Mosaic Team 5. Wait, Shane, you say it.
To Mosaic
Are
Team
we-
5.
Are we still stuck on this name?
That was dangerous.
Big ol' smash.
At this point, all of your comms ring. For anybody who checks, there is a little message from Peep. A lot of smiley faces, and then when you scroll down a little bit, good news, everybody. We earned 35,000 credits for the last job.
Nice.
You are all still in debt, but for tonight, check your accounts. And suddenly, for all of you, it's like a little chorus. And as you check, you have been given 1,000 credits.
Nice.
Spend as you wish.
Each?
Each.
How much?
1,000.
Oh.
Nice.
So, ding! The elevator opens, and you all can find your way into the lobby of the Andromeda Hotel.
So Gibbs, you guys have noticed, is wearing like a little waistcoat, like a nice, instead of her cargo vest, she's wearing like a little waistcoat with a little maroon ascot tied in like a cute little knot, and all of her like brass like earrings have been like polished, and her fur is very white or gray, and she smells like towels. But it's unlike usually when you're in an elevator with Gibbs, where you kind of know Gibbs is there. There's a moment where you're like,
You're like,
is Gibbs with us? And there I am.
Spice
I don't smell Gibbs.
like leans down and like presses her nose into Gibbs's forehead and like
Probably still smells
like
pretty
takes in a deep breath to like really deeply smell
It's
Gibbs.
so soft. That's the nice thing about it. Usually my fur's got like a little crustiness to it, but I do like the softness. It is nice sometimes.
Oh, Gibbs, you look so good.
Oh, don't I?
And smells so great.
Yes. Well, I can't wait to get home and back to normal.
It's a good look on you.
Just for tonight.
But I like the original Gibbs better.
Thank you. You look nice too.
Thank you. She like flips her hair a little bit.
Sure.
Like kicks up her heel.
Directly in front of you, for those of you staying there, the Andromeda Lounge. Across the hallway, across the counter, you can see there's a Lashunta bartender. The lounge is currently empty. This Lashunta maybe 5'10", short hair the color of coffee and cream. You see wearing a black shirt, matching pants, and a shimmering blue and purple vest. It seems to almost sparkle in a way that makes you think there is some technology to the effect.
Wow.
Ooh, that's fancy.
For the rest
want
of
that.
I do want that too.
for the rest of you, if you would like,
Give me your
or by the
vest.
rest of you, Bubbs and Spice, are you guys heading out? And
Yeah.
then across the street, about 2 blocks over, is the
And
restaurant.
as I'm walking down, I'm thinking to myself,
Oh, Bubbs, you know, you only gave your nickname Bubbs, not Bubsy, and, you know, how many Bubs are there in the world or galaxy? There could be tons of Bubses. You're freaking yourself out.
Bubbs, if you don't relax, it's gonna be no fun.
and I turn to Spice and realize I'm just looking intensely at my hands.
Oh, yeah, of course. I want this to be a very memorable experience for me, and of course, a lovely time for my lady.
Of course. Then relax. Let's have some fun tonight.
Of course. I mean, let's go. We're gonna go to the Tulip, right?
Yes, the Twilight Tulip is right over there, she points.
Yeah. And so you guys kind of walk, and as you guys head that way, we'll kind of stick over for the Andromeda Lounge for a second. So give me one moment here. Is our theme song here? Play into the hotel.
It's paying in the bar.
You walk up to this bar, the 3 of you who are staying behind, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not spending my 1,000 on that. We've got free food here.
Lucinta kind of pushes some of the hair out of his eyes, looks at all of you, and says,
Meow.
"Ah, our guests of honor. Welcome to the Andromeda Lounge. Can I get you drinks?
Yes, please.
What are you having?"
A
What's on their
Mosaic
what's their
Mule.
cocktail menu looking
Yeah.
like?
There isn't a cocktail menu. We can make whatever you like, provided we have the spirits, of which we are in good supply. Is there a preference that you have?
I have no preference.
Very well. And for you?
whatever's in your garbage disposal is good for me.
I would prefer not that.
But for real,
Yes.
what would you like?
Gibbs will
Galaxy, Gravity, Gravity, help me out.
Gravity
here.
whiskey.
Gravity
we will
whiskey, help me out here.
We will take 2 of your finest gravity whiskeys.
I see that you've already imbibed. Of course. Easy enough to do. How do you enjoy yours? On the rocks or neat?
Rocks,
Fantastic.
gravel, preferably.
I appreciate your sense of humor. Were
I'm
you saying
sorry.
something to me?
No, I have no preferences.
Very well.
I will have what they're having.
He turns and kind of busies himself. Returns with a cocktail for you, very much. I mean, not a cocktail. If you're having what they're having,
No.
he's bringing 3 glasses of whiskey poured over ice.
Ice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ice is rocks. Gibbs.
I've never ordered.
It's a-
Order. It's so
It's a human thing.
right. It's so weird.
Do you not order where you're from?
No.
You've got a Petrus accent. Are you from around here?
Yes, but Petrus 4,
Ah, Petrus 4.
the better
Beautiful
Petrus.
place, yes. Absolutely. Sparkling water, green meadows as far as the eye can see. Such sustainable building and truly a green city. I do wish we could kind of
Yes.
emulate their technology.
Do you have any food by any chance?
We serve drinks, and we can serve anything that is on the room service menu. We have access to the kitchen. What are you looking for? Steak, chicken, synthetic, of course, but we
Again,
have
I
access
have
to
no
fresh seafood.
preferences.
3 steaks, cooked.
He looks at you and kind of like sense motives that you that's kind that you don't really know what you're talking
With
about. So he just kind of
A
nods.
vegetable and a starch.
Would you like a green vegetable or an orange one?
Orange.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Do you have any Castrovelian food?
Uh,
I-
nothing native. It is expensive to import meats, and they are quite expensive. The game there being so dangerous. What we do have that might appeal to you, in the oceans here, we do have these massive carp, and the meat that they have, while tough around the outside, there is what is known as the oyster. Large for a human, roughly the same size as me, but that meat is succulent, and we do have some of that in stock.
I want that.
Fantastic. It is served grilled with just a hint of citrus. I can't recommend it enough. You will enjoy. Give me just a
Very
moment.
good.
3 steaks, 1 oyster, lots of napkins, please.
Many napkins.
Many napkins.
He turns.
And what about you, Shade?
I have no preferences. I will eat whatever.
He gets one of my steaks. It's fine.
He kind of nods, punches these things into the POS system. As all this is happening, I'm gonna shift gears real quick over to Bubbs. And
That was a
Spice.
good job.
It's nice that he's not staring.
Good job ordering, Gibbs.
You know they're not Yosoki-sized portions here.
I'm really hungry though.
We
It's
have
been-
food back up at the room as well.
Would you guys mind if I pack some of that?
I don't mind. You've earned it.
Just remember, it needs. Look at me. Needs to be refrigerated.
Well, not all of
Cold.
it. Some of it was crackers.
Meat, Gibbs. Meat.
I kind of like go to take a drink. And I'm like,
Thank
Bubbs,
you.
Bubbs and Spice. For the two of you, you approach this beautiful white, black, and gold restaurant with large, glistening glass tulip chandeliers in a very small, intimate dining room. You see dark carpets, kind of an exterior wall that creates a path that goes to the kitchen, which is open to the restaurant, and the bathrooms. The smells are fantastic. You smell cooking, just a whole bunch of different things. Cooking, smoke wafting out of the back. It looks expensive. You can see the chandelier's crystal, the glass is crystal. When somebody walks by carrying a dish that looks like it has fish on it, it looks like real fish. This is not like synthetic fish. And probably local. You guys entering?
Yeah.
Before we enter, I'm going to do a quick culture check
Sure.
on the criminal organizations of Inkbridge because I have a -5 DC to criminal organizations.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and make a check.
Yes, that is my my theme.
We got
So
a
she's
street
like
rat
thinking
and a
privately
trash
to
rat.
herself as she's walking. Not that good. Well, with all my pluses, that's a 12 on the. Oh wait, culture.
Starfinder's a lot of math.
Yeah, it is. So it's actually an 11
An 11.
on the culture, but minus 5 on the DC.
That's true. Unfortunately, Carfei is a relatively crime-free place. It is fairly religious in terms of cities. Still not, in terms of what we think about as religious, not very religious at all. But for this planet, very much so.
Okay.
Crime is relatively low. You haven't seen a lot of law-keeping forces. You remember there's only 3 police. Part of that being that there is not a lot of crime here.
Would I know anything about the rogue bounty hunter? Is there anything I can get a hint on?
With that check, no, but you think about it, and as you're kind of walking into the restaurant, you're like, maybe I'll look that up on the infosphere later.
Okay.
Yeah. So you walk in. A gentleman, dark skin, really bright smile, steps forwards. Welcome to the Glass Tulip. Will you be dining with us today?
Yes, could we get a table for 2, please?
Of course. Right this way. And you can see he takes a few napkins, some sets of silverware, and kind of leads you over. And as you walk down past this little walkway, you end up with a corner table. You both have your back to a wall. You can see the glass front and the people walking by outside.
I'm gonna pull out Spice's chair for her.
Oh, so nice.
Spice nods and sits down. She sits down.
The menu is, of course, a pre-fee menu, but we offer either a paired wine menu, or you can choose your own by the glass. It's up to you, although the chef does recommend taking the pairing.
Let's take the pairing.
Excellent. So instead of a cost of 700 credits, that adds on just an additional 50 per person, of course.
It's on him, so sure.
Fantastic. I'll be right back with your first course.
Thank you.
Going
Walks
into more
away.
debt, we see.
What's gonna be so awkward is when your card is declined.
He returns no
Chewing
more than
screw.
5 minutes later. You smile a little bit bigger. I understand that we have some celebrities with us.
Why, yes, you do.
You all made quite a splash on the Hall of Vids earlier. Thank you so much for what you've done for our city. Rescuing innocent children, dashing in. I saw your picture on the infosphere, just right up out in front. Kid under your arm.
It was right in the infosphere, like the front page.
On several front pages, of course, yes. Anyways, the chef will be taking care of the drinks this evening. Please do not worry about it. We will be beginning with, and he kind of holds out these 2 dishes. This is the yek crudo, similar to salmon for you. You see 3 twirls of raw fish, little roe kind of scooped on top, shaved twirls of beet to kind of make these little ribbons, and then paper thin slices of cucumber in the shape of stars over top.
So fancy. Oh my god.
This
I want this in real life.
I bet our food's fine.
this is
Great.
going to be paired
Steak.
with, and he kind of pulls out a bottle of white wine. This is a dry white. You can see, and as he pours a little bit, streaks of gold shimmering in the glass.
Oh, yes.
This is quite balanced, aromas of apples, flowers. It will pair quite nicely with this in the second course. Please enjoy it at leisure as this pairs with both. And he kind of bows a little bit and kind of returns towards the kitchen.
Spice holds her glass up to cheers with Bubbs.
I'm kind of readjusting my focus again because of that last comment.
Yeah, of course.
Focus, babe.
Yes, to non-date, mock date, or mock, non-mock
Please,
date,
just
date,
shut up
or
and clink my glass.
mockish date. Yes.
Wow, what great sound effects. The glasses clink across the table. The liquid sparkles, and you can see from the chandelier overhead, it kind of cascades the light across the table in a very beautiful way.
So, I think, typically in these situations, people, they try to get to know each other a little bit.
And I'm gonna look down, and if I don't know if I have to do a sleight of hand to this, but I have a little pre-printed 11 by 12 note cards
Please, sleight of
my
hand.
God.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
what?
Oh man, trying to take away all the embarrassment from Spice's moment earlier. That's
Oh
amazing.
my God.
5.
So,
Yes.
Spice, from your perspective, you can see he begins to look down and squint, and you see his lips moving as if he's reading, and then you see, like, over the table, just barely, his hand come up holding this little printed card.
So,
She's watching you.
So what did you do before you were a bounty hunter?
Are you gonna look at those cards the whole time?
Oh, cards. Come on.
She also reaches into her garter, I guess. She doesn't have pockets, and pulls out that slip that you left on her pillow, asking her on a date. But if I remember correctly, you rolled pretty low when you made it.
Yeah.
Poorly
Yeah.
written, yeah.
So she holds it up
Great
and she's
memory.
like, "This is how you ask a middle school girl out. I am a lady." And she kind of like, "Weh." It's in your face.
As he does that and it kind of peels away, the waiter returns, kind of taking the paper away. Terribly sorry about this. He takes a look and just and tucks it into his pocket. I hope you're enjoying your meal. I've brought your second course. And he pulls out, you see seared in oil on a bed of farro, this beautiful fillet of fish. Appears to be something kind of similar to striped bass, and you can see a dark green artichoke-like vegetable, and then these thin, spicy, almost looks like saffron across it. You might have heard of these things called rad roots, but they're kind of like a spicy and earthy spice.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. Women don't like guys reading from note cards on dates, and also,
Women just like it when you be yourself, Bubbs.
oh, I can do that. Myself.
Not
Well-
Adam, Bubbs.
Well, they have this like new toothpaste that I tried. And let me tell you, it's like Mint Plus, and I tried it the other day, and oh wow, it was way more mintier than I normally like. So I went back to my normal toothpaste.
All right.
At this point, you see a different waiter come over, and Spice, from your perspective, you can see that same note, like, tucked in her pocket this time. Clearly, it's being, like, passed around in the back of the restaurant. But she comes up, she's holding these other dishes. Well, hello, I hope you're all enjoying your time here. It seems like you guys are having an excellent date. I'm just going to go ahead and give you your next dish. She
Can
holds
I
out...
also get another glass of wine?
Oh, yes, I brought something else for you. Just a moment. This here is going to be your pasta dish for the night. This is pigeon bagoli, and you can see this pasta, sharp crumbled grated cheese over top, beautiful sauce that's barely visible but clinging to the pasta, tiny bits of the savory, almost duck-like meat, slowly cooked in the sauce, more cheese, little egg, a bit of black pepper, very similar in ways to carbonara. But just a little bit more like a duck carbonara. She also holds out 2 more glasses. This is a rich southern cafe Barolo. You can see it's red, like a ruby reflection in the glass. This has an intense bouquet, rose, leather tobacco, on the back of the mouth, and violet and tar as you breathe out. Very
I
long
want
finish
this.
that will accompany not only the pasta, but your next dish as well. Please enjoy. And she kind of backs up and slowly walks away. You can see almost like trying to listen. And then like stops and kind of like pretends to tie her shoe a little bit and then continues to walk away.
While Bubbs is like going on about, toothpaste or, whatever toiletries, she's gonna look around the room and like see who else is in the restaurant.
Make a perception check.
Sure. Okay. That is going to be a 17.
17. So looking around, there's only about 5 other tables in this entire restaurant, very small dining room. Only 2 of them are currently occupied.
Okay.
You see there's like a middle-aged couple kind of off, I have to position myself here, off to your left, and then further in front of you, and maybe like a table behind Bubbs. There's like a buffer table between the 2 of you.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like an older gentleman kind of dining alone. you do notice from that check that older gentleman is kind of looking up, and he definitely recognizes you.
Do I recognize him?
No, it just seems like some guy, but he looks at you in the same way that somebody that spots like a celebrity and like doesn't want, like, they're looking at you because they're interested, but then they look away. They're trying not to like interrupt your dinner. But they've definitely seen you on these telecasts.
Okay. And I don't recognize like any of the waiters or the chef's name or anything.
As far as you can tell, when you look around, you do see a third waiter, still the same piece of paper in his pocket, now kind of getting ready to have his turn. But aside from that, seems like a pretty innocuous setting.
Okay.
And that's why I only use 2-ply now.
You can see the
Riveting,
guy goes,
Bubbs.
he's coming here with these two, you can see like they look like small birds that are like up here, fully roasted. And he stops for a second. And you can see the smile on his face is like, oh my God, they weren't kidding kind of look. He gulps, and you can see like, composes himself, steps forward.
This is a
I've
great day.
brought you your next course. This is Petrus pheasant. Please enjoy. Charred leeks, pheasant prosciutto, and grape cooked down in the prosciutto fat. Wow. And he just backs up, kind of looking at the little glasses first, then walks
Never
back
meet your
to the
idols,
kitchen.
man. Never meet your idols. They're really shitty people. Sorry, you guys.
What do you mean?
I'm a mouse on the wall over here.
But enough about me. Tell me about yourself. I mean, do you have any, family? I know if I had any family, I'd be talking about them a lot besides Miles, but I talk about him a lot, actually. But go on, tell me about your family.
Spice, a little bit drunk now, is like swirling her drink. She's like, lost her ladiness a little bit. She's like leaning on her hand over the table, like kind of drunkenly looking off into space, and she's like, Bubbs, have you ever been in love?
Well, no.
She takes another huge sip. And then she also like lights up a cigarette at the same time.
Have you been in love before?
She takes a deep breath. Yes, Bubbs, I have.
What happened?
It was a while ago. And she takes another drag. I don't want to talk about it though. But being in love is just the best thing. And you can like see her kind of disassociate a little bit and like go off into her head.
Bubbs, as you watch this happen, you're aware that behind there's a waiter holding the next dish, just like watching Spice. Like fascinated. It's the first waiter now. And he's just like taking in this train wreck of a date. But as you
In
make
Bub's
eye contact,
mind, it's going good.
yeah, oh no. And as you make eye contact, he kind of does like the and like stutter steps
Oh
over.
my god.
He brings over a duet of a meat called a rara. It's like a sheep or a goat, spit roasted meat, black garlic, served over a bed of trumpet mushrooms with blue, red, and gold potatoes charred in the fire that the meat was roasting over, so that the fat drips down into it. It's probably the best dish of the day.
Space Italians.
Space Italians. Yes.
I'm glad you caught it. This is very much inspired by an Italian menu. Yeah, I've eaten all these dishes.
It's no Olive Garden, but it'll
Even
do.
the cucumber stars?
Oh yeah. Well, they weren't in the shape of stars, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that's still awesome. Well,
You guys just settle into silence for the rest of the
Oh,
day.
no.
Poking at the food.
yeah.
Still have like 4 courses and a dessert menu,
Of
guys.
Oh my
$750.
god, I cannot wait for dessert.
So yeah, you guys know dessert's about to come. So you guys are getting towards the end of your date.
Thank God.
Spice, do you think anyone would ever love me?
Well, maybe if you don't introduce yourself as Adam, yes.
So, everyone
Be
seems...
your real self, Bubbs Adam.
Yeah, I think everyone gave me some good advice, especially Gibbs, about being myself, and I'm gonna try doing that. But in terms of like this date, I mean, I've learned a lot. I want to thank you so much. But I still don't really know much about you, and I feel like that's part of the date. I mean, I don't know if. Let me ask. I don't know, out of the blue, like if, say you had 1,000,000 credits, what would you do with that?
I would stop being a fucking bounty hunter and find my husband, and I'd start a fucking family. What?
You had a husband?
No. I had a boyfriend that I want to be my husband.
I hope the waiters hear this.
Is he okay that we're going on a mock date, non-date?
I don't know what happened to him, Bubbs. She's like starting to like visibly get upset.
I can't tell that she's getting upset. I cannot read
You can
female
like
emotions.
see like tears starting to well up. Well, you can't, but
Yeah.
maybe the waiters can like start to see tears welling
All
up in her
three
eyes.
of them now, or like around the kitchen door, kind of like looking over. Yeah, you can see like one holding dessert, but the other one's all very much. This is
The
like
dessert's slowly like
It's
sliding
like
off the
yeah,
plate.
streaking across the plate.
I mean, I'm looking for my brother Miles, so maybe we could find your husband. Maybe he's out there in the galaxy somewhere.
Maybe Miles is your husband. Plot twist.
Whoa. Maybe Bubbs, maybe. I fucking hope so.
What happened between you two that you got separated?
And then she like a tear like falls down from her eye. It was on Akaton. I lost him. There was a bombing at his family's inn, and she like more tears start falling down from her face. I lost the love of my life, I think, and I don't know if he's dead or alive anymore. And she like looks at you. I really want to find him.
What was his name?
His name was Julian.
I'm so sorry. Here,
I'm gonna take out like an alcoholic wipe to like give her to like clear her eyes.
No!
That's all I have, and that's just an
She like
instant.
puts it up to her eyes, and well, she can smell it first, and she like just kind of puts it down. That's
No,
gonna
I'm
remove my
crying
makeup.
even more.
at this point, the second waiter, I think it was, or the third, I lost track, comes over with this tiny little trays. You can see on each one like a little, what looks almost like a chocolate ganache sandwich between two, almost like a coffee-looking
Tiramisu.
cookie of a type.
Oh.
Similar in terms of the colors, yeah. You can smell vanilla and coffee coming off of it.
Yum.
He sets it down. Thank you so much for dining with us. He like pulls out a little handkerchief and gives it to you without saying anything or addressing your
She
situation.
doesn't even look at him, but she like doubts her eyes.
I'm gonna pick up the wine glass.
maybe we could do one of these. To finding our lost family
Well,
member.
please allow me to give you your last drink. And he gives you these two small little like dessert glasses. You can see within them. It's actually like a little cocktail. This is the sweet tulip. This is our signature cocktail. Rye, chamomile,
We're having the time of our lives.
and amaro and chocolate bitters. A dessert cocktail for dessert. He leaves this little card next to you, Bubbs.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
And in my toast, I'm saying,
To finding lost loves, new loves, and well, any love that will have us.
To finding love, and she like clinks his glass.
Both of you make a sense motive check.
Okay. This is one of my
19.
specialties. Wow,
Wow.
natural
highest
19.
roll ever made.
Ooh, I got a natural 3 plus
Plus
8
2.
plus 5.
21.
You're a little drunk, and so you're just like kind of, oh man, like more drinks,
Like
great,
overwhelmed
fantastic,
by thinking about
need that.
Julian.
Bubs, for you, you watch, and as he like stands there, kind of clasping his hands, you can see he's definitely like filming this. This is the
The violation of privacy.
this is like the greatest train wreck that he's ever seen. So yeah, he's definitely like is recording this. Make of that what you will, but he kind of nods and just says, "I'll take that when you're ready."
And I'm thinking in my head, he must be like a fan from today or something.
Sure, yeah. He walks away.
Thank you. I think that guy was recording us or something. He could have just been playing an app on his phone too. I mean, sometimes it looks like that.
Spice is like, what? She like wipes away the tears, and she also like looks at the gentleman. Is the gentleman doing anything across? Who was like kind of looking at her?
He's left by now. Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
seemed like he was really just kind of like.
Ooh, celebrities.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Tom Hanks is sitting over there.
Yeah, exactly. Very much like that.
She just goes, it was probably a paparazzi thing.
Yeah, probably. Thank you.
But when it comes up on the internet, are you gonna say you're Bubbs or Adam?
Well, I think, like.
Also, wait, she interrupts you. Why? Tell me more about Adam. She kind of like waves her hand drunkenly at you at this point.
The waiter comes over. Yes.
Not you. Adam.
Stands back. Apologies. Just because you're waving your
Yeah.
arm around.
Well, I mean, Adam's my fake identity.
And I'm gonna take out my like. Is there like IDs in this world, or is it like how do IDs work?
Yeah, I mean, there are. Typically, they're more like locally based. When you're in the Milky Way,
Yeah.
there is a larger amongst people outside of the Fisk area, like a universal kind of thing. It's digital, but there are like locally made ID cards
Okay, so basically, I take out an ID that says Adam Price. It looks exactly like me.
from Prime Station.
Yeah, from Prime Station. Steel faked it. It's in the system. It's legit.
Why do you have a fake ID?
Oh, well, because you know how that group S2G is,
S2G?
you know how they're, coming after me, and
It's S2G, right? SG2. Yeah, I for some reason I thought it was.
Spice, make a culture check.
No
With
problemo.
a conditional +5 modifier.
Okay.
Mm.
Ooh, natural 3. Not gonna be great.
Ooh.
I have plus, but it's not,
It's a
it's
low
not-
DC.
Culture, we get 8 plus 5.
13.
Something about that. SG2, there's a military aspect to that name. There are
Ooh.
different like groups. You know that you were part of Task Force 4, I think, which in and of itself was part of the 3rd Fleet. Maybe something like that.
So this has to do with GFP? You
Maybe
easy?
it could. I mean, the thing is, all militaries use acronyms and things of that nature. So, but it does sound like a military group, maybe like a private contractor, something, an organization like that.
Okay.
Aside from that, though, not much.
Bubbs, tell me about Steel. What's Steel's deal? What's the deal with Steel?
Steel, well, when I escaped, which I don't remember a lot of, oh my head, Steel was there, when I escaped, and he helped me make sure, I, stayed incognito and got out of trouble, and he taught me how to bounty hunt, because, I couldn't make a job doing anything else, really.
What's gonna happen when you're not incognito anymore?
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, now people know you're not you're not Adam. You're Bubbs. It's all over TV now.
No, it's they probably don't think that I'm Bubbs. I mean, I
You said it on TV.
look, there's so many people in the galaxy named Bubbs. It's a very common name.
Bubbs, just what's gonna happen?
I don't know.
And Bubbs, for you, you remember that message coming up from Steel. Just one word. Danger.
Steel
It's fine.
Steel said it was,
And I'm gonna start getting really like dizzy, and my nose is gonna start bleeding.
Steel said it was danger.
And I'm gonna kind of just like fall over and
What?
fall over on the tablecloth and like pass out.
Okay.
One way to get out of the bill.
All of a
Oh,
sudden,
shit.
the waiter comes running over. Oh my gosh, what happened? Does he have allergies?
I don't know.
He kind of goes over, starts shaking you, Bubbs, and you kind of come to a little bit. This waiter's shaking you, holding a napkin out to you.
Worst date ever.
Spice is
poop
like
your
has
pants,
mascara
too?
marks, like he fainted.
Yeah, for a moment, as you come to, this gentleman leaning very close to you, and he just goes, "You got to get out now. This is going terribly." Just kind of backs out. Oh, you've come too. How good.
I'm gonna just get my bearings.
Can I call you a ride, sir?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I think too hard.
Spice pulls over the waiter. Get us a cab to whatever hotel we're at.
Yeah, so you say the Andromeda
Sometimes
Hotel,
my
he
brain
nods,
overheats.
but he backs over.
I just
He
need
comes
to...
back like 30 seconds later. They'll be here momentarily.
Thank you. And she like
Mm,
goes to
check,
pick you up
please.
and like throws you over.
Excuse me.
So-
He did not pay, so we do need payment for the meals.
Oh, you
It'll be
can put it
1,400
on
credits.
Adam Price's tab.
He takes a step towards you. Sir, I'm terribly sorry, and this puts me in an awkward situation, but before you depart, could you please pay for the meal?
Yeah, I'm just gonna blindly give out like a card or whatever.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Spice. It's just sometimes when these memories happen, I get
In the
so
middle
dizzy.
of your day, your comms go off. You can see Peeps'
Neither,
name.
she ignores it. She like also blocks his hand from answering it. But the cab is here. We have to go up to the
Oh,
cab.
yeah, of course.
Your head is messed up. Like we have to get to the cab now.
And just sometimes these memories.
Tell me, what about the memories?
I
What?
just get so dizzy when I think
Sir,
about them. and-
your comms is ringing.
Then we're fine. Thank you.
Isn't it very
Get
investigative?
out to the car.
And then I get a bloody nose, and I don't know why. Every time I think of these
Suddenly, you
memories,
hear, I'm terribly sorry. Your payment method has been declined. Is there another way that you might be able to pay?
No buyers coming through.
Spice looks at you.
I'm just gonna look up with like a bloody rag on this. Bloody rag on my nose.
my card's been declined. There should be some money in the account.
Can I suggest answering your comms? Typically, a bank might put it on hold. Are you from out of town?
Yeah. One second.
If Peep asks a maintenance request and she lets you answer it.
I'm gonna answer the comm, and Peep can see like I have just probably a bruise on my head, like a bloody napkin coming out of my nose.
Bubbs, why aren't you here? Oh, are you okay? Do we need to send help?
No, I'm fine. I had a little bit of a slip and fall.
Bubbs, is that Jazz in the background? Where are you?
Oh, we're out. You know us, Mosaic Team 5. We're always going places.
Okay.
Spice is like-
Can I ask why I'm getting a request for 1,400 credits for a place called the Glass Tulip?
Oh,
I'm gonna look at this Spice.
Maintenance requests.
you know, run of the mill, you know, stuff.
You
Look,
see the Yosoki ears kind of go back a little bit. Make a bluff check.
Peep, let me tell you, I'm selling you the full Bubbsy Smith. You know, you're buying straight BS.
What?
What? What?
You know, you're buying BS, Bubbsy Smith.
I'm buying that for 1,400 credits. We pay you. You know, we have a contract, so.
You're buying me. You know, you're not.
I'm just like so dizzy, like trying to tell him that like I am who I am in this world. You're getting me.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Peep
Now
does
he's,
not in
like, throwing
any
the
way
fuck up.
understand that, as he has not been involved in this conversation. She goes, "Okay, Bubbs, I'm not really. I don't have time for your weirdness right
I don't
now."
want to be Adam.
Okay.
Oh, and Spice is like puts her hand over her heart. It's like that's cute.
Can you point your comm just towards anybody else?
No, and Spice is just like, no. This is you. This is you.
I'm kind of too dizzy to do that.
Okay, well, Bubbs, I'm not going to clear this fund until I get some kind of accountability about it. So I'm sorry about your head. If you need to, we can send a medic, and that does cost money, of
No
course.
medic. Could you maybe, you know, just clear it with shade or something?
Take
Yeah,
somebody else's money.
Can you put shade on? You said you're all there.
Oh, I don't think he's like here at the moment, but he was here a second ago maybe or something like that. You know, I saw him earlier today. Is what I mean.
Okay, let me call Shade 1 second. And your comms.
We're just
The waiter is sitting there. He looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can see like one of the other waiters has their comm out. They're like calling somebody. But we're gonna cut back over here to our other friends, getting away from the worst date of all time.
This steak is satisfactory,
I need 2 more.
but you already have 2.
But they think there's gonna be 5 of us. and I've had 2. So if I get 2 more,
Gibbs,
You guys are talking like full
pretty
volume
sure.
at this point, and he kind of leans over and just goes, "You do realize that your company has paid for all of this."
I was
so-
about to say, I'm pretty sure that we can have pretty much anything that we want here.
Are you really going to eat 5 steaks?
yes!
I will absolutely get you 5 steaks. I want to see that. He turns around. and
Not
punches
all
in
in
some
one
more
sit.
But can half be orange and half be green?
I don't understand. that
You
vegetables.
offered me vegetables of 2 types, and I've only had the orange kind, and now I really want the green kind.
Could you just make one of the sides peas? It will make her feel better.
Yes,
Thank you.
that we can do. 5 steaks.
Yes.
Is this some kind of a challenge on the infosphere? I know the kids are always
No.
doing
Gibbs
Hungry.
has a voracious appetite.
this. Very well. Okay. You can see just like the tongue going across like the jagged broken tooth, and he's like, "Just a moment." And he
And
goes
all
over.
of the dirty
punches this
napkins
in.
just spread apart because like Gibbs is scarfing, but like aware that she's making a mess. We'll like clean up really quickly, and then like.
She's gonna be like, Gibbs, deep breath.
And remember, refrigeration, if you want to save any.
Focus on the deep breath. Good.
No stashing meat in the starship, okay? We've been through this.
He turns around and says, "That will be along quite shortly. I have to ask. I did see the news today. I saw the exploits of your group. You're very different than I expected. The food is coming.
Don't trust the internet, obviously.
Yes. How did you all come to be bounty hunters? For you, I do understand, but the two of you, you seem like an academic, and you seem like a fine young Nisoki.
My life was full of trouble, and I practically had to escape from
Each
the
individual
trouble.
is born with certain skills that complement
Exactly.
one another.
I needed money
practically
for
no choice.
food.
Well, the company has taken quite good care of you in that regard. Just a moment. Then he turns around. He reaches into the slot and pulls out 1 steak, and then another steak, a little side of peas in a silver, like a little bowl, and then a 3rd steak, and carry them all over. He sets them down in front of you, Gibbs, and he goes, "But wait, there's more." And he goes back to the thing, and he pulls out asparagus and some other weird leafy vegetable similar to like lettuce, or not lettuce, spinach. Some kind of a sour thing kind of emanating from it, but also chopped bits of meat. Puts that in front of you as well. Many green things to choose from. Please don't bite me.
No.
Just sit back.
You're the best looking thing on the menu, I'm sure, but only because you're bringing me the menu.
Wink.
Nice.
Well,
Smooth.
make a diplomacy check.
2 plus something really high, actually. 7, 9.
I'm married, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Can I get anything else for you? I do need to attend to something in the back very quickly.
Another round of drinks whenever you have a moment.
I will fetch that for
Thank
you in
you.
a moment, sir. Just a moment. And he kind of disappears into the back.
And Gibbs eats it all. Not a scrap goes
Kind
to
of
waste.
watching it, just like,
Shade, you're calm but it's
Oh shit.
Shade,
yes, hello, Peep.
are you with Bubbs right now?
Currently, no. We are
Hi!
in the hotel
Oh, hi, Gibbs.
lounge.
He kind of like pulls his ears back and they spring back up.
Is
as his
something
hands go
wrong?
through. Yeah, so I just got a request from Bubbs. I guess Bubbs said he was out with all of you guys and that you guys were getting some kind of routine maintenance done at the Glass Tulip.
The Glass Tulip, that is the restaurant that Bubbs and Spice are currently having their mock date at. Mock date.
Oh, shit.
Don't-
For some reason, every time I call you guys, there's a weirder thing happening.
I'm
Every time I think
personally
it's gonna
unfamiliar with the term myself, but I think it's a practice attempt at social interaction between one another.
Look, okay, I'm getting caught up in the wrong details. I'm not going to release funds for that. They just spent 1,400 credits. They probably could use some help. I'll let you all figure out how to deal with that.
Well, between the two of them, they should have 2,000. Given
That's
the-
what I thought, but apparently not. So maybe they spent it on something else. I did see Bub's a little bit more dressed up. That sounds like an expensive restaurant.
Peep,
Please.
look at my outfit. Look, I'm wearing the outfit you picked out for me.
It is actually kind of cleaner than I remember it. Good job.
We almost
Yes.
have the same fur. You're white, I'm gray. It's been a great night. Thank you, Peep. I appreciate you.
Gibbs, have you been drinking?
No, but my belly's starting to feel like full for the
We
first
are
time.
eating and drinking in the hotel lounge.
It like
Okay.
makes you feel warm when you don't have that hunger. It's quite nice.
Yeah, not being hungry is nice. Gibbs, we need to get more food on the ship, I think, for you.
Can you do that?
Yeah, we
Can-
can do that.
Well, I
Can you
got
send-
a
no,
month's
can
worth
you
of
send
rations for up to 6 crew members.
You know, we asked for a sponsorship today.
I'd like Eat Meats to sponsor us because I eat a lot of their meats.
Well, I'm sure you know that Eats Meat sponsors Team 2. They can't sponsor 2 different Mosaic teams. I did see your reliability rating went way up, though.
But if
So that's
something
good
were to
news. You
happen-
guys are, one day you'll catch up.
Can you get us a different sponsorship, like Eats Wheats?
Eats Wheats doesn't really sponsor bounty hunters. It's a family-friendly firm.
Oh.
I can try if you really want Eats Wheats, but that's...
No. Just anything that comes in, like, I like when it comes in the crinkly packages, because then you can save them and put water in it later.
Guys, I'm trying to stay on track here. Look, somebody figure out what's happening with Bubbs and with Spice. I do have a mission for you all. I'm waiting until tomorrow. But if you guys really
Is it
can't stay out of
regarding the
trouble for-
four-armed assassin?
Yeah.
On Petrus 4, where I'm from,
You kind of go, what?
With the cruise ship.
How is it that you're all sitting in a bar drinking and you've gotten these ahead of me?
Well, we were told that we had one evening to relax and regain our strength. So
and eat these
here we are
steaks.
relaxing and regaining
no,
our
no,
strength.
no. I understand that part, but how did you find out about that?
We're
We
well
were
connected.
informed through the various infospheres. We have access, premium access in the hotel.
Make a bluff check, Shade. Even though it's not technically, I don't think a bluff. I think it's just asking or answering. very
11.
literally.
Yeah, I'm just telling them. That's
Someone on the internet told me this.
yeah. I was told by the person on the in the infosphere.
Premium access
We
to
have
something that's
premium
not.
access.
Yeah.
He nods and goes, "Okay, that's weird. As far as I can tell, this isn't an infosphere yet. That's why it was so hard to track down."
Weird.
But, anyways, yeah, this was a rogue assassin. They cut through a whole passenger liner, killed like 14 people. One of the Rentropy Interpetrus ferries that they use. I don't have many details about what actually happened. Footage isn't available, and it's not even confirmed that it is this rogue bounty hunter, but from everything that I've heard, it lines up. The number of arms, really only from a Casathus, at least in this part of the galaxy, and that fits the bill. And she's gone missing. She's in Petrus 4. She was pinged going into the spaceport, but disappeared shortly after that. You haven't been back to Petrus 4 in a minute, have you, Gibbs?
No, you guys have been employing me for like 2 months because the HR took so long.
Again,
SR.
I don't know why we have to keep saying this, but it's sentient resources.
You
Either
aren't
way,
even human yourself.
That's true. I just assumed it didn't apply to me. I keep getting these memos in the mail, and I just put them under my bed.
Gibbs, is this why you're not registered for benefits?
That is how you receive
What's
benefits.
benefits?
You don't just automatically get the dental and the health. You have to.
Dental?
All right, Gibbs, I'm going to
Insurance to
send you
prevent-
another message, and I need you to read this.
I'll
It's
read it in
gonna
the
have
morning.
Okay, that's fine. It just has important benefit details about your health. and-
Well, I read the memo that said cup holders are not ashtrays, and I thought that was interesting.
Yes, and if you could remind Spice, that would be great. But that one isn't really geared towards you.
Oh. Okay.
Anyways, please figure something out for them. Okay? Tomorrow I'll call you. I'll give you some more details about what's going on. It's a spaceport in a town called Rat King. You're very familiar with it, of course. And I'll come back to you guys, okay? Please try to rein Spice in. The fact that Bubbs is there is very confusing.
Well,
I know,
again, it was
mock
the mock.
date, I
Yes.
heard. That doesn't make it any less confusing.
No, I
Should we go there?
find it all
yes.
quite.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yes, Vess. I don't know why your input is coming in now. He's kind of like looking over Shade's shoulder. But
turn
please-
over.
Please, if you can, be a good influence in this scenario, okay?
What happens at that restaurant is between bounty hunter and bounty hunter.
And
There is a
also,
level
doesn't-
of privacy
also payroll
and
because you're
intimacy
requesting 1,400
when on
credits. So.
Right.
mock dates.
We'll figure it out. We got you, Peep. Waiter, can I get steaks to go in boxes?
Gibbs,
I
we'll
think it's
return to
called
the
room
hotel
service.
after we recover Captain
Yes,
Spice
if you would
and
like when you return, that could be delivered
Adam
to your
Bubbs Price. Adam Bubbs Danger Susan Price.
Adam Bubbs Danger Susan. I love that. That's a great name.
I take the one steak I haven't finished, I put it in my waistcoat pocket, and
What did we say about refrigeration?
I'm gonna eat it. It doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Would you like a bag?
Nope. We need to go rescue our friends. Are we off? Go now.
We will be back shortly.
Okay.
Gibbs, these are your formal robes.
But they can wash them. They have the Kevin told us. What's her name? Jackie.
I like how everybody went from Kevin to Khaki to Jackie. We got there.
Jackie said they have wash.
Gibbs, that's what
wash
you're
ring
wearing.
And it's surprising it's lasted so long. So let's go to the Gloss Tulip.
The glass.
Is it the
tulip.
glass tulip or the
Glass tulip.
Twilight tulip?
Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
I thought
I thought
it was Twilight tulip,
I
but
thought it
then
was
we
Twilight
started
tulip.
going with glass tulip, so now I'm like,
Sorry,
which one?
so it
Either
is
one.
the Twilight tulip. The glass.
The glass tulip
is
was the drink?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, cool.
So we're heading to the Twilight tulip.
All right.
Did he bring back the drinks, the second round of drinks?
Yeah.
Finish it before we go.
Here, this one, I've got a steak on the way.
All right, I'm an android. I can drink that.
Okay, no problem. Bam, bam. 2 drinks. You're feeling pretty good.
I don't
Bam,
even.
bam, 2
I don't
steaks.
even feel it because I don't feel.
You decide when you feel it.
You
Right.
begin to walk. It's very close, just 2 blocks away. You walk out the hotel into this night, a little bit busier now. There's some cars going by, hovering cars. But you get to this this place, and as you look in, you can see Bubbs' bruise forming on the head, blood kind of down the front, dried a little bit, mostly wiped away. You can see Spice like leaning very unladylike against the table, like a drink, like this kind of glass way out, like spilling a little over her shoulder, like a 3rd cigarette now, like here, a few like put out on the table. You can see a group of waiters, one full on just recording this train wreck. One waiter is standing there. You can see trying to talk to Bubbs, pointing down at what you can see is like very clearly a declining transaction. But because it is 8:17, this is when we're going to take our quick break.
Oh my god, what a
In
fucking
the
train
most
wreck.
awkward date of all time. Oh
Absolute
my god, I
train
was dying
wreck.
over here. Absolutely dying.
The
Oh
truth
my
You
God.
really did get me with
The
it.
2 ply.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like choking.
That was perfect.
Really choking. Anyways, thank you so much for
Oh
sticking
my
with us,
God.
hanging out with us for Mosaic Team 5. Talon, Doss, everybody else who's hanging out there. It's a Locust Tree. Thank you so much.
Oh, I
We'll be
see
back.
Locust Tree. Thanks,
Yeah, yeah.
Locust Tree. That's my mom.
Yeah.
Aw,
Thanks, Iris,
cute.
Mom. You raised a really good kid, just so you know. So, anyways, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. It is 8:18. We'll be back at 8:28. See you then. and welcome back to Mosaic Team 5. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. If you are just joining us, this group of bounty hunters has just been drinking and dating for the last hour and a half.
Drinks
So,
and
yeah,
dates.
D&D,
Drinks
drinking
and
dating.
dates!
In this our Starfinder game. So, jumping right back into things, you all walking down the street in Carfag. At this point, probably about 8, 9, maybe even closer to 10 o'clock at night. Make your way to the Glass Tulip. And there you can see the worst date in the history of dates occurring. You
Shut up, it was
see
great.
through the glass, even this like really opaque glass,
It's like entering a crime
a
scene.
little bit of blood kind of coming down the nose. You can see Julian.
Julia.
A little bit of blood coming down his nose, bruise on his head. Spice looks kind of like a mess. A little bit of running mascara from the tears before, and then just like sloshed, smoking cigarettes.
Oh my
Um,
god.
What are you guys all doing? You see this from across the street.
I scamper in.
Going over, yeah.
And I take my jar out of. I've got like essentially it's like a purple velvet corded rope bag
Mhm.
around my jar that I've been wearing the whole night. So it looks a little backpackagey, but it also looks very tacky.
It's like a Crown Royale bag.
It's
around
like
the
a Crown
bottom.
Royale bag, essentially, for my jar. And I heal both of you guys. What happened?
We got a message from Peep that you were in trouble. What?
I'm not in trouble.
We're in financial trouble.
The first waiter, the waiter who's standing there goes, excuse me.
Hi.
This is a fine, are you,
We're
please
fine.
explain.
Oh, we're their friends.
We received
Okay.
word that our crew member was in danger from vitals.
Not
Due to the
in
blood.
danger. However, this individual has agreed to pay for the meals that they just had, and it seems as if funds are a little bit short.
Did you not get the credits transferred?
I charged it, but you guys got here so quickly.
While they're talking, I saw the cameras, right? Are they still recording us?
As soon as you guys enter, no, the cameras go down. This is the guy that was recording it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna kind of like look over at Vest and kind of like, this guy was recording us. Did you catch that? Do something while we,
I think that's a little bit more metagaming. It's
Oh,
hard
it's
to
like
convey that with a
No,
look.
just I'm gonna give him a look and hope that that's what he sees.
He's like, wow, he's really into me
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
kinda
Trust
like-
and believe.
Like an intimidation type thing?
No,
No, just a vest.
no, just like a
Oh, to this.
like you noticed this too, right?
Well,
This guy.
I just was like, huh? And then you realize that I was just absolutely not paying attention.
damn.
I'm just trying to take in the restaurant, looking at
Okay.
the interior decoration.
I noticed it before, but I'm super dazed right now.
Right.
So
still.
what? So you
The total is 1,400 credits. So
well, between the two of you, you should still have 600 left over.
Can't we barter?
no.
Or
Okay,
This is a fine dining.
Can you
establishment.
please
We cannot
charge-
barter.
$1,000 credits to his wrist, please, and you can take the other 400, right?
yes,
I'll cover that.
as you
Wow.
wish. He kind of does a couple things, touches Bubbs' wrist, and you hear a little ding as 1,000 credits are cleared out of your account. For you, there's a similar ding, 400 credits removed from yours. That would have been very simple to have done with only the two of you here, but
Spice just avoids eye contact with everybody.
if you wouldn't mind, I believe your dinner is done.
Absolutely. I'm sorry for the trouble. Thanks for letting us rescue our friends. Tuck my jar back in the Crown Royale bag, put it back on my body.
Again, they weren't in danger, they just didn't pay for their meal.
That should have been in danger, because that's rude.
Agreed.
I'm sorry.
It is quite okay. Thank you.
Hey, boy and girl child, let's go.
Could you give me a hand, Shade? I'm gonna put my arm around Shade to like help myself walk a bit.
Shade supporting the bleeding Bubbs, and then Gibb supporting the somewhat intoxicated Spice.
Well, no, aren't I completely sober now because I've been healed?
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
work like
It
that.
doesn't
like
the,
that.
the healing was more, I didn't know what was going on, and that would be Gibbs' first reaction, and does literally nothing.
Oh.
also,
right.
you did fall 40 feet earlier today.
Well, I should be good from that, right?
Well, no, but,
I mean-
you also fought really hard for Bubbs. You just haven't realized it yet.
Ah, it is
Aw.
cute.
Date number two.
Um, Is the waiter still there?
Yes.
I'm gonna a word, if you will, and I'm gonna kind of like.
I'll take Bubbs and
Yeah, like,
Spice
get
with
this-
Vess.
get
and
them
the
outta
four
here.
of us will leave
Okay.
and get back to the
He
Andromeda.
watches to make sure that the 4 of them leave and then turns. Yes, sir.
Was your recording a live stream?
No.
I'm gonna. How about 250 credits and you wipe that?
Make a diplomacy check.
Oof. It's more than he makes in an evening.
Mm.
It's more than 20% of.
4.
Tipping is a customary in Carfe, so. 4?
Mm-hmm.
400 credits. It is the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
400.
You can subtract 400 credits.
One expensive ass
He
date.
pulls up his comp and he goes, Do you want to see before I delete it?
Send me the file.
You see he fidgets around and then a video of Bubbs and Spice, probably from about halfway on the date. You see, if you were to watch it, the camera's handed off to different staff on 2 different occasions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is like a group effort to film, like, and they go back and you hear, "Oh my god, it's just as bad as you said." Like, it's the whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Now I have that.
What
So-
good blackmail.
Thank you.
By about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, you all make your way back to the Andromeda. Are you guys going to the lounge? Or are you going back up to your room? What are you doing?
As I pass Jackie at the front desk supporting the 2 assholes that I'm carting home, could I please have 2 cardboard boxes of medium size sent up to the room, please?
Medium-sized what?
Cardboard boxes. Cardboard.
Just cardboard boxes, not
Em-
of anything.
Empty boxes.
Yes, that can be arranged.
My luggage needs luggaging. Thank you.
Them?
No.
Ah.
Don't ask questions.
Very well. She stands back. You can see, very confused, she punches something into her computer. By the time you get up, the elevator ding opens up. You enter into your room. Probably a good 5 minutes after that, there is a ding. I'm going over to the elevator. 2 medium-ish size cardboard boxes. It's a pretty vague term.
Yeah, I tote them in and
Okay.
sit you guys both down on the couch.
Spice immediately stands up and goes outside to the deck and smokes a
I
cigarette.
feel like I would probably open the door right as, because I'm like staggered. I'd probably open the door right as they're like plopping them down.
Sure. You see Plop and Spice takes like the momentum and pops right back up.
Do you have any ice for my head?
You can get your own ice.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna, like, thanks for carrying them, Gibbs.
Can you get those boxes? They're in your way. Thanks. Great. In the
What
kitchen,
are-
please.
Is there anything in these?
No, they're empty cardboard boxes.
What do you need the boxes for?
For all the food I'm bringing to the ship. It's a fully stocked kitchen.
Oh.
You said I could take it.
I have nothing to say to that.
Great.
I do not care.
Then I give Bubbs the stink eye and Shade and Spice the stink eye to the back of her head. And I spend my evening unloading the kitchen into these cardboard boxes.
Phenomenal. You take a little bit of time. There's coffee, chocolate, bread, small meats, a lot of fancy food in this place.
All the mini bar goes in the second box.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, you get everything in there. A little room to spare even, but yeah, you fantastic. You clean this place out. It's hundreds of credits of food, probably at hotel prices, but no problem. You do that. Is there anything else that you guys are doing before the night you settle in for the evening?
I want to ask Bubbs, because you're just sitting
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
sitting
couch
there
right
probably
now.
icing my head.
I'm gonna ask Bubbs. So what happened?
The date was going great. And then we started talking about steel and my time at the orphanage, and it's like that time on the ship earlier when I got the bloody nose, but I got dizzy this time and I fell. I think.
You fell. You were sitting when we found you.
I just went forward. I don't know. My memory's kind of fuzzy.
Okay.
You know, have you ever
Rest.
heard of doing breath
Rest
work?
your head.
There's a lot you could do to regulate your state just with the magic of your own mind.
No,
Deep breathing.
trust me.
Just think.
I know how to do every trick with breathing. Sometimes I feel like I analyze my breathing too much, and then I'm like, oh, did I take a breath this time or not? And then
Amen to that.
So that is probably you're in your own head a little. Just relax. And I'm gonna go looking for the other one.
Okay, sure. You can find Spice out on the little deck that's sort of next to where the glass bathroom is.
Okay.
Open to the air. You guys are up on the 8th story, so you can see out the canal, the moon, the stars, wisps of clouds.
Okay.
She's like leaning over the railing, looking sadly out at the city.
How was the date? The mock date.
It was great, Shade.
You were unable to pay, and
He was the one that asked me out. She
Bubbs.
looks at you.
so I'm gonna go back in
Okay.
and be like, you should come in and see this.
She ignores you.
I'm gonna go over to everyone else and be like, could everyone else come
Oh
out
my God.
for a moment?
guys, don't bother Spice. I think I might have said something. Did you guys know that she was married?
She was married?
Phenomenal.
She's so young.
I think I might have struck her nerve when we were talking. She said she had a husband named Julian, and
Oh my God.
I'm playing the video.
So as you guys all gather around, kind of outside, you're talking to Bubbs. This is really Shade standing in the doorway between like the deck because nobody's really gathering. Shade, you turn to kind of this like halfway wall, really meant more to separate the kitchen from like the dining area. It's like a half wall that you can put things on as decoration. And you press this button, it's projected onto that wall.
Do
On
I
the white
notice
wall.
that he's doing this?
Yeah. This is,
Right in
this
front
is
of you.
specifically to show you guys, I imagine. But you can see now projected, all of a sudden, the face of the second waiter who's coming through the door to the kitchen going, shh, shh, shh. It's just as bad as you said. It's worse. Look. And you see, he like, the camera turns, you see this woman, the third waitress who kind of picks it up. She goes, there's no way it's that bad. The door is open. Right as they open, so anyways, that's why I use 2-ply. and you see like the camera start shaking. She like stops, thinking back. This is when she was like sitting there holding it like, oh my God. But the rest of your train wreck of a date plays out.
And I'm gonna stop it and just.
Spice wasn't watching. She was looking outside.
We went outside.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah,
Well,
we
she
were
wasn't
all
watching.
outside.
She's
Right.
unfazed.
you see
by
the
this
part
video.
when she mentioned her husband, right?
I do not care about anything in this video. What I care about is the fact that it was recorded, and that would not be good for our reliability ranking.
Whoa.
We are
That's
currently being very publicized. We should take that in mind as we proceed so as not to deflate our own value.
But isn't it good to be seen out consuming? Like, it
Not
sends
like
a message
this.
that we're
And the part that he plays is
erudite.
Bubbs. And then where Bubbs just says his actual name out loud. Shade pauses it. Rewinds it. Bubbs. Rewinds it. Slow motion.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I messed up again. I thought I would be able to, meet you guys and you guys would think, oh yeah, Bubbs, he's so cool. And I was so worried when I met you guys. I was like, oh, what if the bounties are too hard, or what if the other people
Bubbs.
don't like me, or what if I get a pimple?
Bubbs. Breathe.
But
Okay.
we all have those fears. You've got to understand, especially when you look like me most of the time. And you just got to do things anyways. And I think Shade's right, though phrased poorly. We don't want the most vulnerable parts of you out on the internet or the infosphere.
Especially when you are supposedly
Someone else.
someone who is wanted.
Yeah, I know
So,
You yourself
about that.
are.
My contact Steele, he sent me a message, and I didn't think it would be a big deal at the time because I didn't want to be in a bad mindset for the the date. But he said I might be in danger.
Imminent danger or existential danger?
He just one word, danger, is the message he sent me.
we got to... I'm packed
You
up and
should-
ready to go.
Attempt to contact Steele and see what he meant by danger.
Yeah, I think that might be the best plan.
And someone should retrieve the ship.
I called Jackie and I asked for a bellhop.
Okay.
With a bellhop thingy? Like the...
Yeah, for luggage.
a luggage crate or whatever.
Luggage trolley.
Luggage trolley. That's what I'm looking for. I
Nice.
want a bellhop with a luggage trolley, please.
Okay. No problem. She promises one will be right up.
I think I'm gonna call Steele and put him like on a video conference
Okay.
for everyone.
Sirens gate. Boop 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 boo doo.
That's Steele's
So-
ringtone.
You begin this call to Steele. It rings a couple times, and then suddenly the screen flickers. And could you describe what people see for Steele's face here?
So Steele, like I said, kind of looks a little bit like Shade, but like older. He looks like a little bit like. No, he's a human. He looks like Geralt from The Witcher.
Mm.
Very much the TV version, like slick back, white hair,
Henry Cavill.
kind of like raspy voice. Very like strongly built. Very very bearded. Just like a guy's guy, ex-cop, or he's still a cop. But he's a dirty cop.
So you see this gentleman, gruff looking, hat kind of coming a little bit low over the eyes. You see the cherry of a cigarette burn bright for a second before he holds it out, kind of leaning forwards. You hear leather kind of bending as he bends forward. Maybe a trench coat or something similar. Bubsy, who do you got behind you?
I haven't introduced you to my team. I know how I told you I was going out on my own. So this is the team. I trust them too. I just want you to know.
This is the rest of that Mosaic group.
Yeah.
I saw you guys on the infosphere. You said your real name.
I mean,
You know how hard I worked to get that ID into the database?
I know I messed up, Steele. I don't know what to say.
Whatever it is that you're hooked up to, the chat rooms on the internet are going wild. There's a lot of talk about you and the rest of your friends. You need to keep a lower profile. You can't be doing that every day. If they're looking for you, they're going to know where you are.
All right. Have you done any work on SG2 or any information about them?
He leans back. That's something we need to talk about in person.
All right.
I'm gonna pan the thing to like the rest of the group.
Guys, well, this is Steele and this is Gibbs and Shade and Vess. He says that maybe we should go to Prime Station to talk to him. Would you guys, maybe be okay with that?
Bubs, that's not what I said. I said that we can talk in person about this. This isn't about, or not something that we talk about over a line. That can be tracked.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Just stay clear of Akaton, okay?
Okay.
Steele, Do you know anything about Bubbs' frequent nosebleeds and bouts of unconsciousness?
Bouts of unconsciousness? Bubs, that happened to you?
Yeah, it's happening more and more frequently lately.
I mean, we think we have something to do with his past. Like a block, almost.
Like PTSD or like neurotransmittery?
It seems a little bit more intentional than that.
Well, we should probably do something about that before it becomes a hindrance to our performance.
We should do something about that because we care about Bubbs. And because you're pretty crappy when you pass out.
Thanks, Gibbs, for the compliment, but you are right. I do need to, be the muscle of the group, and I'm gonna flex a little bit.
So do you guys need me for anything else? I'm kind of busy.
No, but
What was your message of danger? Just generally because of the on-air blunder?
I don't know how much Bubs has told you, but there are people looking for him. And he used his real name on screen. And something that's been seen by, and you just hear click, 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 about 500,000 people. So I'm thinking word's going to get out pretty quick. That's the danger.
That is completely understandable. That's all I have.
Nice to meet you, Steele.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bubs, take care of yourself.
thanks, Steele, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Yeah. And one more thing. That hair looks ridiculous. Comms are closed.
Damn, you didn't like the mullet.
Guys, maybe Steele is right. Maybe I shouldn't be Adam anymore. Maybe I should embrace Bubbs.
Embracing Bubbs does come with its own danger, though. So
Life
why don't you sleep
is-
on it and no decisions have to be made tonight? We can leave for Petrus 5, Petrus 4. Roman numerals are hard.
Yes.
Petrus 4 in the morning.
I think that now that you've had that realization, you should make the appropriate changes as soon as possible.
But
don't
sleep on it.
Just be who you want to be.
Be who I want to be.
Whichever will make you more functional in the general sense of not passing out.
I'll try my best.
It's just do it.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
There are dangers, whichever path you take. If you're Adam Price, you will have issues. If you choose to be Bubbs, you will have issues, but those issues are ones that you already know about. So make the decision and follow that path.
I never thought of it like that.
So think about that and then make a decision. The only way to move is forward.
Thank you, Shade.
So, you know how big these rooms are? I'm kind of used to sleeping on the ship. And they're a lot smaller. Do we want to bunk in a room all together tonight?
Can go get the ship.
Maybe you could just park it on the... We're already on the penthouse, so if you just park it, we could just take the elevator up to the roof and then just be on the ship and they won't even know.
Maybe.
I got a bellhop coming. I can go with you to the ship.
And sure enough, ding! You hear the elevator, the left one, you turn, it opens, you see this little, very similar to the valet droids. Little, like almost an inverted triangle form. Two, what look like almost like tank treads, but triangles. Just kind of wheels out of the elevator and turns. You can see a little dolly thing being pushed in front of it.
I move my boxes onto the dolly. My
Okay.
2 boxes.
Sure.
I'll
the
probably
ship?
help. I'll probably help you
Yeah.
move the boxes.
They're heavy. It takes me a long
Yeah,
time. I
it's-
have to do it myself. It's like I
It's
pull
like
the
a whole
cardboard and
kitchen's
it-
worth of
It's a lot.
food. Probably just like all the like liquids and stuff spilling into the bottom of the
Nope.
cardboard already.
No, because they're all sealed. Like I don't
Oh,
open
really?
anything. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're all like.
Okay, good.
So
good,
it's
good.
just like the world's messiest Amazon shipment.
Okay.
Of, like-
it looks like
Yeah,
somebody
just,
like
too
Amazon
big.
shipped the contents of like a turned over grocery truck.
Okay,
But
they just
everything's
like
sealed.
dumped a fridge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
So no problem. You do that. You can see the little robot comes up and you like onto this dolly. It like wheels up next to it and the little arms come out and like neaten it perfectly onto the edge.
And I climb up on top.
Okay.
First floor, please.
And kind of like just drives into the elevator.
Shall we?
Well,
Do you need to sleep things off? We shouldn't
I'm-
be very long.
I'm gonna stay.
I think I'm good.
Spice is pouting on the porch still.
yeah.
Let's go.
Alrighty. So Gibbs, you and Shade, along with this little porter droid, you being pushed again on the cart,
It's
make
a
your way
feat.
down. No problem.
We stop at the Andromeda Lounge,
Yeah.
and I ask for the steaks that I had ordered
Throw
in
'em
the to-go
box.
bag, so I get a few of those.
You would like them right now.
Yes, please. In a box, please.
Very well.
I'm gonna go find Jackie after you get your steaks.
Okay. You can add a box of steaks. You go up to Jackie. You can see, looking a little tired, getting closer to the end of her shift, probably.
Excuse me, Jackie.
Yes.
We are going to retrieve our ship. Is there somewhere that we may park it within a range of the hotel?
Within range, yes. The Northern Carfe Spaceport, you could definitely find docking at. It is a little bit more pricey. Further away, over in West Carfe, a little bit cheaper, but a further walk. You would need to take public transit, I would imagine. If you are looking for your ship, we could send somebody to retrieve it if you're just trying to enjoy the amenities, but whatever you would like to do.
I will go retrieve the ship myself. Thank you.
Jackie, do you have little bottles of shampoo that are nearly expired that you were going to toss at the end of your shift, maybe?
No, but we're happy to give you shampoo if you would like some.
Could I get maybe a small box of each of the things you offer?
Make a diplomacy check.
I'm asking really nicely, and I'm
I
very
know, yeah.
clean. That's cocked.
That's pretty good.
19 plus 7 is
Plus
26. And I'm very clean and very sparkly, and I use my little buck teeth, and I'm like, please, Jackie.
One of them's broken.
By policy, we're really not supposed to, but
It just adds to the charm.
you are heroes of the city today, and I am almost done with my shift, so give me just a moment. And she like turns around, goes into the desk, hears something unlock, and she comes back. It's one box, but it's a whole bunch of different products all thrown in.
Thank you so
Nice.
much,
Shampoo,
Jackie.
conditioner, toothpaste, those little kind of temporary toothbrushes that you see, little little dental picks, some hand towels that are branded Andromeda. But yeah, get all that.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for staying at the Andromeda.
Thank you. Mum's the word. And I put that box on top of my pile of boxes and climb on top of that box, and then ask the porter to go to the edge of the property
Just
with my steak in hand.
munching on your steak,
No, not
Oh.
eating it.
just holding while
Holding my little doggy bag of as many
Sitting on
steaks
the
as I
two
can.
little.
Sitting on the
It's
two
like-
big boxes with like a trash bag
3.
full of.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of
an
boxes.
impressive pyramid of stocked, piled nonsense I'm
Yeah.
got going on right
This
now.
is the most I think anybody's ever utilized this ship sold. So great. You make your way, no problem. It takes you a bit, but after crossing quite a few streets, you do make your way back to the laser tag arena. You can see there is still a police presence there, but also most of the Harbinger Robotics Corporation group is left as well. Relatively quiet laser tag, clearly shut down. You can see police line all around it. You see just protruding from the door a little chalk outline of a hand from the She-Ren.
The teenager.
Yeah.
Damn.
But without any trouble, you guys can retrieve your ship. You can take it back.
Load it.
No sign of Elise Fukumoto.
Make a perception check. At this point, it's close to like 1:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and you guys are at the scene of a crime that she was
Yeah.
the victim of. So
Right. Yeah.
The robot's still there.
Shut
19.
down there. You don't see her. No sign of her.
So the ship's 40 something feet up in the air.
Yeah, but the way that the neighboring buildings are, you can climb up a fire escape and
Okay.
easily just cross over.
Okay.
It's not anything difficult.
Do we have to like report to the police that we're going to get it? Is there someone that's like clearly standing
Send
there?
a text to
As you
Chief.
walk over,
Like-
you can see one of the deputies just kind of like wave to you guys. Definitely knows who you are. There's only 3 police here.
I'd probably just go up and be like, "We're just here to retrieve our ship."
Yeah, of course.
Go up and get it. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you wait on the ground.
You
I'll
gotta, you load it up
float
for me.
Yeah, I'll float it down so that you can load it and not have to lug that to the
I
roof.
couldn't lug
Funny.
it. Let me tell you. Literally couldn't. If the little porter robot didn't.
Does it
Continue
go up
the whole
90
way.
degrees?
So you bring the ship down. You have to hover it. Can't quite park on the street. But as you hover it, she comes over and helps you guys load up your wares. No problem. You
Great.
guys make your way back to the hotel.
Great.
On the ship, I write on the boxes with the sticky notes that Bubbs uses, and I write like really passive aggressive notes like "Gibbs don't touch, Gibbs don't touch, Gibbs don't touch" on every single like sticky note on every single face of the boxes,
Nice. Perfect.
Great.
and I put it in
They're
this.
paper.
yeah.
They look like they have feathers of sticky notes. Phenomenal. The 2 of you return without any issue to the Andromeda Hotel. In the meantime, are the rest of you doing anything or just kind of drinking and waiting?
So Spice is outside, growing increasingly angry, actually.
Yeah.
And you can, well, no one's there to watch her, but you see her looking down at her right hand, which has the tattoo of Zon Kuthan, and she just like starts cursing into the air about how upset she is about losing Julian.
Hang on.
What?
From somewhere off in like the distance from one of the other balconies down below you, you just hear, "I'm trying to sleep!"
She says, "Fuck you," but like under her breath.
Yeah, no problem. You say that. Little pigeon lands on the edge, kind of like turns its head, looks at you, and pecks at some of the decorative plants. The echoes died down. You hear passing streetlight below, but it's quiet.
Just tears. Just tears. That's all.
You cry out on the porch.
Yep.
You think a little bit
Starts
about
to rain a little.
Misty night.
Celine Dion plays in the
Yeah.
background.
There's
It's
a
real
low
sad.
saxophone.
Suddenly, you hear like the of a bus stopping, and as the door opens, you hear the radio blasting out. But this sad night kind of occurs, and as you're crying and looking up at the stars, kind of blurring to doubles and triples through the tears, you see suddenly running lights, and then from the distance, you see the Eternal Wanderer approaching. You guys pull up next to the 6th floor of this hotel.
Oh, well, I figured we would go to one of the places that we were.
But those are so
allowed
far
to
away.
They're not that far, right? How far
One of
is
them's
the,
public
the more
transport.
expensive one?
The more expensive one, it's still a couple blocks away.
Oh.
Probably go there because I don't want to like park on the roof and cause a scene.
Sure. You go and park in this garage.
And
As
then
you
we
go
walk
down
back.
to the bottom, there's like an
I lock
automated.
it, everything.
Yeah. Sure. There's that's fantastic. I love that. That's canon now. There's like a little key fob that you can use to lock it up. No problem. You park the ship.
Cool.
You go back.
Then
We
go
drive a
back.
hotel porter robot that we
Yeah, we have
borrowed.
to bring that back.
We have to
so,
bring that
yeah.
back, so we'll go back together.
Or you bring this. Do
Can I hack it so that I can give it like a little speed burst?
you
or
want to?
something? Can I?
Like a computer
I just-
check. Yeah, this is a TTRPG. You can do whatever you want. That's the whole beauty of this. It's
Oh
a video
man,
game.
computers check.
Yeah, I can help you.
Uh,
Just kidding.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
You don't
So
need it.
as you are kind of piloting with one hand, turning off to the side, the fingertip opens, tools
also-
emerge, and you begin to work on this porter droid. Easy to access.
Oh yeah.
With a 20, that's root
It's actually
access.
21 because I
21?
have the
It's
bypass.
root
button,
access
yeah.
and the tip.
Great.
You
Great.
Yeah, you're balls deep in this thing. What do you want to make it do?
What do you want to make it do?
Drive us back to the hotel as fast as it can.
Faster.
And step on
Yeah.
But
You
faster.
want the okay, sure.
Well, like we're gonna hop on it,
On the trolley part.
right? And we're
yeah.
gonna ride it, right?
So you get on this trolley cart after inputting the programming. You can see there are limiters put on the speed of this thing. You don't want a robot tearing around to find
Yeah,
establishment.
right.
It can definitely go faster.
What's the limit right now set to?
Right now, it's set to like 50%.
Yeah.
And that's the outside limit. You haven't seen it approach anything near that.
All right. How fast are we going at 50%?
So
Like-
you see the limiter is set to 50%.
Right.
You're going like
We're
half
moving.
of that.
Okay.
You feel like, I mean, you're moving
I'm going
roughly
top
walking
speed.
Okay.
I'm going top speed right now. Not setting the limiter anything different. Just getting to the top speed and then kind of like, top speed, bring the limiter up and see how fast we can get this
Tokyo
thing.
Drift this bitch.
Yeah.
Using the computer skill, you hack into this very simple machine.
Woohoo!
You're going slow. And you're like, all right, let's see what we can do. As you speed up suddenly on the sidewalk,
Floor it!
you go from this kind of leisurely to all of a sudden this, and you just begin to move.
Nice.
Roughly the speed that you would be moving running.
Nice.
Somebody has to step out of the way. You just hear, hey, watch it, asshole! Just kind of disappearing to the past. You would imagine, should you take off the limiter and travel at full speed, you're going roughly the speed that like an electric bike could go. You can get going pretty quick on this thing. But as is, you are hauling on this thing.
You take this with us.
So I have the room, the Siri, the Alexa lady.
Oh.
You could apply the same principle to
You guys
that
could
one.
just build a shitty robot army.
That'd be so funny.
All consumer grade robot.
Yeah.
It's just Jackie was really nice to me, so I don't really want to steal from
Alexa, battle formation.
the Andromeda, but more than I already have, I guess. Eek. But up to
We
you.
should return it.
We should.
We shouldn't cause a scene.
It's already done more for us than it should have, probably.
But to get there, I'm going on to the side of the road,
Okay.
and we're flooring it.
Fantastic. Make a vehicle check. I gotta remember what the skill is called.
I hope
Piloting?
it's piloting because I
Piloting.
can
There you
pilot.
go.
I'm gonna hold on
If
to,
I can't pilot this thing, then I
to
probably
Shade's
shouldn't be the
hips
pilot.
and just go along for the ride.
Ooh,
Oh no.
that's a 16.
A 16. Okay. Really? You're a good
I rolled
pilot.
very poorly, like almost a 1 plus itself.
So a 2. You could just say 2. You always say things like that. It was a successful assassination attempt. So an assassination.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Excuse me. It's so funny that you guys have so far utilized a Roomba and a luggage dolly as your primary modes of transport.
Gives us all about this.
No
Gives
worries.
loves
We
this.
use what we can get.
You go flying down the street, and as you get to intersections, you find places because of the wheels of this, very much a dolly. They turn in different directions. You can drift this thing hard. And so instead of taking corners like normal, you're just drifting through the streets of Carfang.
Nice.
Go ahead. You know what? Okay.
We get to have fun too.
You tear down as you go past the glass or the Twilight Tulip, kind of off and to your right. You can see in the alleyway, police car, just kind of pointed outwards towards you. In this moment, everything slows down for you, Shade. Your android robotics like zooming in, and you see him just like tapping away on his phone, not
Okay.
paying any attention.
Great.
You guys right by.
Nice.
No problem. In about a quarter of the time, you make your way back.
Nice.
You up to the back. You can see the valet droids all like rear back on their wheels, kind of like falling away from
Like
this thing.
I would actually, like, as we're turning the corner to get onto the street for the hotel, I would like bring the limiter back down, start kind of and just like roll up nice and
For all of you
calmly.
guys versus like a regular motorcycle, you can hear from the 6th floor this.
It's like one of those tiny bikes that they ride around at like 3 a.m. around my
Yeah.
apartment.
Before just and just stopping out front. You hear again this little droid robot. You guys are back at the hotel.
Nice.
Hey, that was pretty nifty.
Yeah. Shall we?
This is twice today that I've had the strange sensation that robots have feelings.
I have feelings. I
Do you have
just don't
feelings or do you have
express them.
opinions?
I have feelings which I just do not have emoting as well as
But you always have this catchphrase. I don't care. And
because I do not care about trivialities.
what do you care about as we're riding back up in the elevator?
Okay.
Successfully completing our missions, making a living, surviving in the world in general.
Surviving's not emotions, but
No,
Tonight was
surviving
nice.
is continued existence through hardship, and that is one of the primary objectives of everyone, I believe. Most
Ding.
everyone.
You guys reach your floor. The elevator doors open. And for the three of you, what are you guys doing? It's like 3 in the morning. I know Spice probably still out chain smoking cigarettes, sobbing.
Drinking.
Yeah, there's like 30 cigarettes just like burnt out on the porch. What about the rest of you
Did you
guys?
say you were drinking?
Oh no, I was saying Spice was. I'm like this is my first chance to be alone on the infosphere, which has pretty much just been my entire life.
Premium
before this.
infosphere.
And I'm not even used to like sharing space, so I'm plugged in and reading about just the Petrus 4 like myths,
Sure.
magical beasts, interesting stories, and
Make a culture
especially
check.
deities. You know,
Okay.
like the religious,
You can, yeah, religion or culture, your choice.
the spooky tales.
Spoopy.
So I'll do a culture check, and it is 28.
28. Petrus 4 is an interesting place. When you look at it in the infosphere, prior to a certain date, very little information about it. You can see, and relatively recently, maybe within like a year or two, it's really kind of popped up more. It was a dump for a very long time. Trash from the other systems would come to Petrus and be dumped there. As a result, lots of Yosoki formed communities within these like individual junkyards. There isn't a ton of kind of like religion or mysticism amongst the Yosoki. What you do find, though, amongst the humans there, there was an event in the past called the Blue Sunshine. It's very, very popular amongst people in Petrus. There's lots of stories about it, movies about it.
Blue sunshine.
The Blue Sunshine was the time in which the color of the star changed relatively recently, maybe 1,000 years ago, recent in galactic time, not for humans. When this change occurred, really, Petrus 4 being one of the furthest from it, lost a lot of its light. And so the idea behind like greenhouse effect and things, it didn't matter as much. Petrus 4 fell to further and further and further into this like trash heap. Maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, a company called Rentropy showed up. Rentropy is a drow base, so they're founded in the what's called the Uzidi Imperium. It's the Drow Kingdom, and it is a company entirely based around recycling systems, trash disposal, various things of that nature. About 3 years ago, they became a nonprofit. When you look at some of the information about them, for you in particular, there is a lot of information. But having spent your whole life on the infosphere, it is very much like copy and pasted information. You can read reviews about this place, but like the same review in a lot of places. These were paid for. These were put in by a company. And as hard as you look, you can't find out a lot more about them. They exist in other places, and they seem innocuous enough. The technology that they claim to use is odd. It's highly advanced electromagnet rings that are used to filter pollution out of a planet and into space, where it forms like a ring around a planet. It's incredibly advanced technology for an application like that. And for a non-profit to be slinging around stuff like that is unusual. What you don't find about this company is what makes it really interesting to you. That definitely kind of pulls your attention away a little bit. And you really don't find much about like superstition or crazy monsters. A A lot of the wildlife died out as the world got more and more trashy.
And then after that's done, oh well. Then I look at the time and I'm like,
Another mountain.
another
Dew.
sunrise.
Yeah, exactly.
Another sunrise on the infosphere.
No
And
problem.
then I responsibly, because I was in combat today, go to sleep.
There you
I'm
go.
tired.
Okay, you rest. What about you, Bubbs?
I was ready to sleep.
Long
Right.
rest.
You
I'll
slept.
sleep.
Spice walks into the kitchen. She like looks at the Lashunta whiskey, but then she decides not to take it to the bedroom, and she goes to sleep in her massive king-size bed.
There you go. So all those tears feel a lot better when they're falling on silk sheets.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
All of you find some rest. The three of you can mark off a long rest. Shade, Gibbs, when you return, everybody's asleep.
We should get our rest.
Is everyone asleep in their individual rooms?
As far as you could tell, yeah. If you were to go to the door to door,
Right.
yes, they seem to be.
Shade.
Yes.
I thought we were getting the ship so we could sleep on the ship, but we had to bring the robot back. Can I bunk with you? I'll sleep on the floor.
I do not care.
I grab all the king-size sheets from all the rooms that don't have people in them, and I pile them on the floor.
Okay, so you take the
Nice.
sheets from your own room.
Yes.
The only room not current. Well, no, there's two rooms that are not being occupied. So you take those two, bring them over. You set up
Pillow
in Shade's
fort?
room.
And I make a big old, like, really comfy nest on the floor.
Huge,
Nice.
sprawling.
It's
Nice.
You
just
take the-
tiny rat,
You
big
take the
blanket.
desk chair from your room and the desk chair from Shade's, and you make like a little fort over top to kind of really house you. Great.
Night shade.
Good night, Gibbs.
You can both mark off a long rest.
Woo!
The day passes without issue, and for all of you, right around 8 o'clock in the morning, as if he was waiting and really was having trouble holding off on his excitement, your comms all ring. For some of you, very hungover, it is a loud noise, but you hear it.
Bink, bink.
Okay.
Good morning, Peep.
Morning, Pete.
You see Peep, he looks a little sleepy, but he smiles to all of you. Oh, all right. Guys, I really hope you had a good night. Did you figure out the whole
We did.
money thing?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not
I took
gonna.
care of it.
As long as it got taken care of, I didn't see anything about it on the news, and so good enough for me. You guys all ready to move?
Yep.
Okay, we need to get you guys to Petrus 4 ASAP. It's in system, so it shouldn't take too long. You don't need to go to the drift or anything, so Shade, you should be fine. Just get in there in about an hour or two. When you get there, if you guys wouldn't mind landing in Port Wakriti, is where we're headed. That's where her ship was last tracked to. It's a tiny little middle of nowhere place, a couple miles north of Rat King. There, you need to find four-armed Cassatus. A little bit unusual. Apparently, this one known for being able to blend in. For a four-armed person, tough thing to do. I don't know how a Cassatus will hide. They cover their lower faces. They have all these arms. They're kind of gangly. But if anybody could do it, apparently it's her. Please be careful. This seems like a pretty dangerous individual. And there's certainly more bounty hunters on the way. You are definitely going to have company on this one.
Thank you.
Is that all we should know?
She favors close-up fighting. So if you do get into combat, try to keep your range. That being said, apparently she's handy with pretty much anything. In her hands, it's a weapon.
Thank you. That may prove helpful.
Anything else, guys?
Anything about her motivations?
I mean, she's a bounty hunter. Nobody knows her real name. She keeps it pretty closely guarded as a secret, so my guess, probably trying to protect something. Family, some other kind of attachment that enemies could use. Aside from that, not a whole lot. My guess is if she's blending in, she should look pretty obvious. It's a nowhere place. Humans, Yosoki, not a lot of Kasathas. So hopefully, just look for what doesn't belong.
Great.
This is a pretty big deal, and she is dangerous. It looks like this is going to be worth about 50,000 credits if you can bring her in alive.
And dead?
40,000. So do it if you can.
Thank you. We're gonna get real quick breakfast to go to the ship and then go.
Okay,
Real
that's
quick.
fine. I mean, you guys are staying in system. My guess is she's probably trying to move somewhere to the farther space. Trying to get out of the local systems.
Makes sense.
That being said, there's only a certain number of ports that are open to Petrus 4 at this time, and it shouldn't be too hard. Process of elimination, kind of cut them down. If you guys need anything else, of course you guys know how to contact me. I will let you guys know, it seems as if I'm getting word that there might be a much larger scale mission in the works. Not anytime immediately, but just to keep on your radar, we might be teaming up with a couple of the other Mosaic teams sometime soon. I can't really say much more than that right now.
Okay. I think
Okay.
that's all we need to know.
All right.
Just one point of going back. I think I would have
Yeah.
it for recall, but the reporter outside the laser tag asked if the attack on Way Station El Paso is connected to which organization?
Oh, the Cygnus Bandits, right?
No,
no,
the
Jade something.
It's the Jade Brigade.
yeah.
Jade
Mm.
Brigade. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a culture check if you want. You may have heard of them. They're fairly
Okay.
well.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
And then maybe ask Pete.
Yeah, we'll say that this is a retcon to your Infosphere search.
Sure. Yeah. So it's a 23.
23. The Jade Brigade is a they began as an environmentalist organization. The Jade Brigade is run by somebody named, I believe, Jade Brunei. She is a space elf, not terribly common in terms of their popularity within the galaxy. They're pretty uncommon. She's very, very well known for her Infosphere videos, a lot of stuff that's like pro-environment. Crusades hard against organizations such as Rentropy, stating various sort of conspiracy-sounding theories about how all they're really doing is just moving trash around. It's not actually helping anybody. Stuff about ecosystems being destroyed. Recently, maybe in the last month or two, the Jade Brigade has taken on increasingly militaristic operations. They have defaced public property. They have targeted civilian centers to create more of a noise around their cause.
Go Jade Brigade.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
Jade Brigade.
Trying.
Okay. Should we head out?
Hit the drift, or not drift.
Hit the lounge for eggs and waffles. Then we leave. Okay?
Okay.
To the lobby.
As you
Or
walk
to the
out,
lounge.
Bubbs doesn't have his hair.
Okay, fair enough. What about the eyebrows?
Nope, no eyebrows.
Naked as the day you were birthed.
The clothes and all. So you guys make your way down to the lobby, out, and if you want, like, no further problem, you guys can get breakfast.
Breakfast to go.
Yum, yum, yum.
Like 4 times the amount than there are people, with the
Don't-
rest going in doggy bags.
He doesn't ask any questions. This
Great.
is-
Same waiter. Great. We're
Don't
friends
forget to
now.
get your clothes from the laundry.
Oh, I go to put on my cargo vest and
It's
don't find it.
yeah, no. What you do find in its place, a Andromeda hotel bag, garment bag, black, zippered up, and if you zipper it down, your clothes cleaner than you found them when you first obtained them. They are pressed, they are ironed. As you sniff, like a hint of mountain breeze.
This won't do. And I just give it a little shake. And I cast my spell. And I am back to normal Gibbs. Soiled.
Nice.
Got the pig pen vibe going on. You can
Take
see
the
all the
garment.
critters coming up.
You take the garment and you shake it once, and as you do, versus like dust coming out, it's almost like dust around onto the garment. You know,
It's
it-
like
it-
someone put
yeah.
the video in
From the
reverse.
fur, little critters
Rewind.
crawl out and like re-inhabit this garment. And all of a sudden, it goes from clean, it looks
Time
like it
to
just
go
decays.
home.
And I take the fat rind of the steak that I have in the waistcoat pocket, and I transfer it into the cargo vest, and I like find all the wrappers of all the things that we've eaten over the time, and like the used napkins, and I like fill my little pockets so they don't feel empty, and I just like settle into my normal routine.
Fantastic. Yeah, finally unstuffy.
Feels good. But I keep the ascot, but I use that to replace the scarf I lost.
Okay.
So
yeah.
now I have a maroon long scarf that's not tied.
Perfect. A little scarf instead of the ascot.
Correct.
So, you all make your way back to the ship. Shade. As you board, the controls are in front of you. All of you are welcome to move about the ship as you want. We have the ship there. And bring up our combat cam. I didn't actually center on the ship, so I think the ship needs to pull a little further. So yeah, you guys put yourself. You can remove what's her face, Elise Fukumoto. You want to pass her over here?
Oh, not that one.
Bubbs fell out of the ship. Oh
Just
no!
chuck
Sucked out of the
Bubbs.
airlock.
Where are you?
The armory in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Who's this?
That's me, and I'm gonna be in my future medical bay. Maybe.
There you go.
Knock
And
on
I'm-
wood.
Gibbs is gonna sit on the flap of the smuggling bay where she's smuggled all of her
Sure.
food,
Yeah.
and she's just gonna take up a stance there.
Okay. So now, very much, you're like guarding the entry to your domain.
Yep.
Fantastic. So you do that.
As Spice walks up towards the bridge of the ship, she like punches Bub's arm and goes, "That was a fun date," and then walks past.
My face is gonna turn red.
No, you think so?
She just, she's already passed you.
Not anywhere near as bad as before, but a little trickle of blood.
Classic nosebleed.
Meanwhile, we've all seen the date.
Yeah, you guys have not only seen it, you saw it replayed and then played backwards and then in slow motion. It was rough.
Yeah, we all got that fully ingrained.
So, you, if you want, you can punch in Petrus 4.
Oh,
Begin your.
here's the coordinates, and I pull up the map, and I'm like, here's where I'm from, Rat King, and I'm on the north side even too, and we're just gonna go a little bit north of that, and we're gonna go.
Physical map and it's upstairs.
I have a picture of it,
Okay, cool.
but I'm from the north side of Rat King, and you're just gonna go a little bit north of that.
And that's where Port McCready is. You
Yes.
punch those coordinates in?
Yes.
Okay, great. One moment here.
You find the big old body of water. It's kind of near there
Okay.
on the map.
Okay.
And you would recognize that is the ocean. So, no problem. Easy to see. You take off, lifting up and away from the ground, leaving Petrus 3 behind you. As you breach the cloud cover and now find darkness around you, you are truly back in space. You begin to travel only 2 hours to reach your destination. No problem. There is a lot of traffic here, and so as you all travel, should you look out the port windows, you'll see dozens of ships, kind of here and there. Gibbs, for you especially, you note green and white painted ships from Rentropy here and there, kind of traveling to and from other planets. Is there anything that you all wish to do over the course of your 2-hour trip?
Was that enough time for me to craft another serum?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, for sure.
So that is. Is it? It's life science check.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which serum are you trying to craft?
Oh, serum
Speed?
of health.
Okay, health.
It's
Wow.
it's a 30.
30. In this time that you have, you actually, if as long as you have the ingredients and the money for it, you can create 2 of them if you want.
Okay,
You
I'll
kind
do
of set
2.
them up side by side. At this point now, kind of thinking, okay, this is going to be the meta bay. At some point, you begin to kind of like move the very minimal furniture around and feeling a little bit more at home, like having all your stuff laid out and haven't been able to do a little research, bang it out really quick. No problem.
About 20 minutes before we land, I'll go up to the wall and press the like global comm button
Okay.
and be like, "Can everyone meet me in the cockpit, please?"
I'm already here.
Yeah,
And like Spice waves like behind him.
and I'll go up to the cockpit when everyone's there, and I'll be like, "So this is my home planet, and I just thought, it might be nice if, if you want people to trust you, you probably shouldn't go looking like you guys do.
What's that supposed to mean?
I just mean, you know.
No, don't worry. I washed your vest for you. I had it washed.
No, but it's the opposite problem. It's when I'm on those planets, I've got to get all hussied up, and when you're on my planet, you've got to get all junked up.
No.
What do you mean?
Gibbs.
I'm just saying a little dirt would go a long way. Do you mind?
I'm
Dress up
sensitive to
time.
smells.
At this point, Gibbs, suddenly you see your planet begin to kind of show up from the right side of the viewport as shade pulls over to the right. You see a little different looking than you remember. Petrus is a verdant world. You can see so much of the smog that you remember no longer present. You can see the ocean, when you had last left it, tinted slightly green, almost
Ew.
acidic in places.
Oh man.
Now it's
Damn it.
sparkling blue.
Ah!
Yeah. It spans most of one half of the planet. There's a little ice cap on the southern pole, but pollution for entropy, you can see in that cap alone, a little bit of browning to the snow, which actually different than it was. That used to be like one of the very clean places. From far away, kind of looking as you do, you can see around the entire planet, which was a little bit there previously, but much thicker now, a ring of smog and pollution. It encircles the entire planet as if one of Saturn's rings,
Right.
but just thicker, and you can see little debris, bits of tar, moving around close to 1,500 miles an hour is this ring. Kept in the shape by a number 21 little satellites that use electromagnetism to kind of compress it into a stream. So there is a current to this thing. There are 21 of these. They're called magna-shaped satellites, built by Entropy. As you see the planet come more into view, you actually can tell there's a couple other ships in the area. One in particular, kind of in front of you. You can see it slows down, and as you drop alongside, you see it is a Rentropy Starliner. Printed in green or lavender, actually, across the side, you see blue sunshine. This is a passenger ship. And as you see it, suddenly,
Blue sunshine.
your comms ring. Beep, boop,
Boop, boop. I'll pick it up.
Okay, everybody picks it up.
Yeah.
1 second here. Where are we?
Blue sunshine.
Yeah, this is the blue sunshine. So, this is Rentropy Starline's Blue Sunshine, hailing the everlasting wanderer. Friendly heads up, it looks like the circus is in town. Rat King has us in a bit of a holding pattern. Port Recreaty doesn't seem to be an option. Looks like that port's closed down for at least a couple hours. Got any system news? You can hear the
No.
console stops.
And I hang up and I press the hang up button.
Okay. The line goes dead.
We don't talk to those people. And
But-
can you call Rat King's port, please? I probably know someone there. Can you?
Is there a port in Rat King?
Yeah. It is called. You kind of pull up different things. You can see there's a few ports that you could land on.
All
Rat
right.
King is one of them.
I
Rat
would-
King Central.
Presumably it's pretty close to here, right?
Oh, no, that
Rat
helps
King
you.
Central. Yeah.
Is it like, what's the closest one?
It's Rat King.
Yeah. Rat King. is the
Okay,
closest, for sure.
yeah.
It's very few miles apart.
All right. Well, I suppose we can go and see if there.
Can you call them first?
Is there like a public number?
Calling
Going
Rat
for a
King,
call of
period.
port.
You
Yeah,
see,
can I
you
call the
you
Port
can
Authority?
absolutely- It's not Port Authority, but yes, you can. You can call Rat King Control.
All right. Is it Rat King Control with a K, like RKK?
So you go, you kind of navigate down on your comms, but as you do that, one of the things that does happen, there are alarms that start sounding across your entire ship. This is your friend or foe indicator, indicating that there is hostile activity.
Aboard?
No, somewhere around you. And as you all turn your attention to the viewport, in front of you, suddenly from this large smog-like ring, a older style bomber appears, bursting through the smog. You can see tar kind of coated over it. And as it emerges, you see this bright light separate from it and streak towards the Starliner. But because it is 9:34 and a good place to end for the evening, that is where we're going to end. So, thank you guys very much for hanging out, for playing.
Do we just get shot?
No,
this
it's
is
towards
like
the
the
Starliner.
Starliner right in
Blue
front of it.
Oh,
or whatever
they're
they are.
getting shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they
This is-
deserve it because they're Rentropy assholes.
Right.
So I'm pro this.
Retro pie.
Yeah, so this is all the stuff that's happening. Thank you guys for hanging out for hanging out with us in Mosaic Team 5, our Starfinder campaign. Is everybody back next week? I think you might be running
I
late.
might, yeah.
Okay, so
I gotta
aside
figure
from
that
that,
out.
we will be here, most of us, for Mosaic Team 5, Session 7. But if you want some more role-playing before then, tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune in for Adventures in Alberon, Session 103, as our group tries to make their way back to a ship they left in the desert. But until then, it is, I believe, your responsibility to sign us off, Ari.
Hey guys, check us out on Instagram at Alberon RPG, and we're on Twitch, and we've got a website, and we do lots of cool things, and we're all part of it, and we all like to do all the work that Joe does and stuff, or something.
Well, Joe likes to
Joe likes to do the work that Joe does, and I like the work that Joe does, really, and I'm going to
We
take credit
all
for
do.
it by using the words we. So, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye!
See you later.
See ya.